Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from FNB Field in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We're getting set for the first game in this 7-game series between the Harrisburg Senators and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatas with you from City Island here in Harrisburg. Now, Bowie unfortunately failed to capture that series win that had been eluding them for well over a month on Sunday. They went into that 6-game set with Altoona firing. They won back-to-back games against the Erie Seawolves, entering the 13-game road trip. Bowie won 3 of the first 4 games, but could not get it done on Saturday and Sunday. They had to settle for the 6-game split, and they suffered their 4th walk-off loss of the season, a 10-inning final, 3-2 in favor of the Curve after the game was tied at 1 apiece for 6.5 innings. The Baysox got a run across in the top of the 10th when Andrew Dashbach hit a go-ahead 2-out, 2-strike single, but Shelton Perkins allowed a game-tying run on a wild pitch, and then consecutive base runners, a walk and an infield single before a game-winning RBI double by Dylan Shockley. It's a second walk-off loss for the Baysox in extra innings this season, and their fourth extra inning loss this year in 5 extra inning games. But today's a new day and a new series as the Baysox get ready to face off with Harrisburg. Let's get you set up for this one as Bowie comes in with a 19-30 record, a 2-game losing streak, getting ready for game number 50 this season. The Baysox are 5-5 over their last 10, 8-15 when playing on the road. Harrisburg is getting ready for game number 51 here in the 2022 campaign, a 21-29 mark on the year. They're also riding a 2-game losing streak. They lost their most recent series with the Erie Seawolves 4-2. Harrisburg is only 3-7 over their last 10 games, and they've got one of the worst home records in the Eastern League, only 9-15 when playing in front of the home crowds here at FNB Field. The Baysox are 10 games out of first place at the moment, 6th overall in the 6-team Southwest Division. The next closest team to them is actually Harrisburg, whereas the Senators are 8.5 games out of first place at the moment. Next closest team to them is the 4th place Altoona Curve. Harrisburg is 3.5 games back of Altoona. Erie is still pacing the division, a 30-21 mark coming up on just the final 3 weeks of the first half. Remember, it's a split half season this year. Looks like it could be that way for the foreseeable future after the Eastern League did it in 2019. 2021 was a full season schedule when it was the AA Northeast, and following the shortened year because of the COVID pandemic, and now it's a split season format once again. If Erie holds on for these final 3 weeks, then they will punch a ticket into the postseason without having to worry about how the second half may fare out. Let's go ahead and get you up to date with some of the transactions for the Baysox roster. A few names lost, a few names gained. Of course, the big news coming into today, if you followed on social media, the Baysox promoting top infield prospects Jordan Westberg and Gunnar Henderson to AAA Norfolk. And in return, Bowie has added right-handed pitcher Clayton McGinnis. He's been an excellent reliever with High A Aberdeen. When you look at some of his numbers and look at his age at 24 years old, you're surprised that he even started the year with High A Aberdeen, but his numbers really earned him a promotion to AA Bowie. He leads the Orioles organization in saves at the moment with 6 saves in 7 opportunities. Following the promotion of Westberg and Henderson, the Baysox also added returning names Greg Cullen and Dylan Harris. Harris, an outfielder, Cullen, an infielder. They will both be in the starting lineup today, and that puts Bowie at the moment at 26 total active players, still 2 under the league maximum allotted. Bowie has really been playing shorthanded ever since the start of the month of May, but they've been making the most of what they can, and a lot of that is spearheaded by the manager Kyle Moore. As we continue with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, we'll step aside and get ready for our weekly chat with the skipper. He's our guest next. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We'll get your red capes ready and your iron suits too, because it's Superhero Day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 31st. You can meet your favorite costumed hero, and the first 750 fans ages 13 and up will pick up a Grayson Rodriguez Superman bobblehead for their own. Not only that, but it'll also be Heroes Day at the ballpark, honoring police, fire, and EMS with a Guns N' Hoses charity softball game. And the Baysox will wear custom Heroes jerseys, auctioned off post-game to benefit the Children's Cancer Foundation. Sunday, July 31st, so get your tickets at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, getting set for the first in this 7-game series between the Bowie Baysox and the Harrisburg Senators. Sitting down for our weekly chat with the skipper, Kyle Moore, and of course the big news out of yesterday, Gunnar Henderson, Jordan Westberg getting the call up to AAA Norfolk. How was it getting to deliver that news? I know we talked a little bit about watching the Adley Rutschman call up video. How was it getting to handle that from your perspective?
Yeah, it's certainly one of the coolest things about being a manager is you get to tell somebody that. So that was cool, other than the fact that I think it's tough to lose your best two players, even though that is our job. When you look at how good those guys were offensively, defensively for our club, as cool as it was to deliver the message, it was also just bittersweet for our whole staff, I think.
Yeah. But there's still plenty of talent left to be admired on this team. Cesar Prieto has really been making some good waves on the infield. I think he's riding a 7-game hit streak right now. That's already the longest from any player on the team this season. What have you liked about his performance as he's kind of handled the top 3 slots in the lineup?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the beauty of this thing. This promotion is going to grant somebody a lot of opportunity, and it's probably going to be really good for Prieto and Joey Ortiz. So that's the beauty of this promotion for those two guys. And talking about Prieto specifically, I think he's a really advanced hitter. I think he played a really high level in Cuba, and that really helped him. And when he got here, he got off running. He pretty much dominated high A ball. And so one thing is that we're young as a club, and we don't have a lot of guys with a ton of upper level at bats. And I think he has a ton of upper level at bats just from playing overseas and all the international tournaments he's always played in. So I just see a really mature hitter. When he needs to take 2 or 3 pitches because the few guys in front of him had a short inning, he takes 2 or 3, grinds out on a bat, finds himself in an advantage count, and he can still get a hit. I mean, he could take 1 or 2 strikes and still be right in the at bat, no matter who's pitching. And that's not always the case with a bunch of young AA hitters. So I really like that about him, and I think we're really going to lean on him.
Yeah. Continuing on the promotions, does it make the load management a little bit easier? Because obviously it was a problem, but a good problem to have at the start of the season, making sure guys consistently got reps on the left side of the infield. Now with Westberg and Henderson up, does it make your job a little bit easier to set up that defense?
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I always worry about developing a guy who's going to play one position twice a week, and I was always just caught up in that because that's not easy. But so absolutely takes a little bit of weight off of that. Joey Ortiz will play there 4 or 5 times a week. He'll play shortstop now, and he's a tremendous defender. And Prieto will play second and third, and so we still got a lot of work to do and a lot of excitement left on this club. But it will definitely make it easier to manage the whole week or two, as far as 3 guys playing a position twice a week was probably not ideal, but.
One thing I do want to bring up is the work behind the dish the last couple of weeks has really started to show off what's kind of been hidden underneath some of those big prospects. Cody Roberts and Maverick Hanley are both putting together excellent performances, both at the plate and behind the plate. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Bowie's allowed the fewest stolen bases in all of minor league baseball. How's that feel that you guys have just such great field generals running things behind the dish there?
Well, that's awesome to know. I didn't know that we'd allowed that, but I did know that both of those guys throw the ball really well. Hanley transfers the ball elite, and Cody Roberts throws the ball elite, and both of them are good throwers. So not surprising, because I was just saying to our staff the other day, man, we've had some really good catching, and we've really been able to lean on those guys. And in an organization where we're not super deep at that position, outside from the very top of the organization, I think we really need them to continue doing what they're doing, especially Cody Roberts. I mean, Cody Roberts got his first Major League Spring Training invite this year. turned some heads, opened some eyes. People were talking about how well he throws the ball. Yeah. And then he comes up here and he's also swinging the bat like a champ. And again, right in the middle of the lineup today. And so really proud of both of those guys. You know, Maverick started off really slow and made some really good adjustments at the plate offensively, and now he's tearing it up. I mean, I think he got like 4 hits this last game. So, you know, we got to keep those guys on the field because they are absolutely tearing it up, and that's really nice to see from a catching guy myself. So I'm going to try to keep him right back there.
On the pitching side of things, a new addition to the roster today, McGinnis, coming up from High A Aberdeen, leads the entire Orioles organization in saves. And I know saves, wins, and losses may be metrics that are falling a little bit behind, but at least it tells you from a quick glance that he's a guy that can come in a tight situation and work well for you. Are you excited? What are your anticipations for McGinnis?
No doubt. I mean, I've seen Clayton pitch a lot. He was with us all year last year, and high hopes for him. Was a little bit surprised that he didn't make this club out of the gate, as probably was he. But you know what he did? He went to High A and he dominated and did exactly what you just said. His numbers are outstanding. And in his credit, I'm glad that he stuck his nose in there and worked hard to get to this point where he was probably wondering what in the world's going on. So I hope that he can just. This is a different league. I mean, Double A, as you know, is a much more competitive league, where lineups are top to bottom, 7, 8, 9 holes are like middle of the lineups up down there. So I think this will be a big challenge for him, but I definitely think he's ready for it based on his numbers in Aberdeen.
It's going to be a busy stretch for Bowie right now, and there's really no way to deny that. With the 2 games shifted into doubleheaders from previous rainouts in April and May, it's now a stretch of 14 games in 13 days for Bowie, with the doubleheader tomorrow against Harrisburg and then the doubleheader next week against Binghamton. I imagine you guys are going to preach, stay rested, stay on top of your health over these next 2 weeks, because this is going to be a tough stretch. Am I right there?
No doubt. I think organizational wide, we're pretty thin, so I don't think we can afford a lot of hiccups here, and you know, bangs and scratches. So hopefully we can stay healthy. It's a tall task to play that many games, 14 games, you know, and you do have the built-in Mondays off, which you absolutely need in that situation. But you know, we got Valamont coming on this week, and that'll be a big boost for us. We got Clayton McGinnis coming on. We got Dylan Harris coming down from Norfolk, and same thing with Greg Cullen. So we have some excitement going on. We just got to, you're right, we got to stay healthy. We're not a tremendously deep organization right now, so we got to keep as many of these players that we have on the field. And that'll be the focus going to these 14 games, is just, you know, putting a really good product out there day in, day out, and let's see what happens after these 14.
As we wrap things up here with the manager, Kyle Moore, our usual closing question, how'd you spend the off day? I know since it was an off day on the road, there were a couple of excursions for the guys. Did you join in on any of that? I heard they went to see the new Top Gun movie. Yeah, no, I went with the guys. Lucky enough for me, my family met me in Harrisburg, so we got to hang out and spend an off day in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is a place where we learned a little bit about. We went downtown and we came around this little island that the ballpark's on, and just sort of checked out Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, because I don't know why else we'd come here if we weren't in minor league baseball, you know. But there's still a lot of history to this city, the capital of the state, and you've got a lot of bits and pieces. You didn't go to Hershey Park though? Didn't take in any of the rides or the chocolate? Not Hershey Park. Maybe another day with the little ones. We'll do that. Yeah, that's fair. Thank you so much for the time, Kyle. Yep, thank you. That's Kyle Moore here on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside, be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
Hey kids, the Sox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Back to FNB Field here as we get ready for Bowie and Harrisburg, continuing with the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. Matt Sabatis with you. As we didn't get to walk you through the pitching matchup for today's game. It'll be Steven Fuentes going for Harrisburg versus Zach Peak for Bowie, right-hander versus right-hander. Now, Fuentes has been a very interesting story and a long-tenured arm in the Nationals organization. He's familiar with many of the teams in this league and Bowie as well. He's actually appeared for, I think, 3 separate seasons, if I'm reading this right. 7 years of service with the Senators, or with the Nationals organization as a whole, prior to being released and re-signed at the end of last season. But he's coming off of one of his worst outings of the year, 8 runs on 7 hits in 4 innings. In comparison, Zach Peak comes off of 4 scoreless innings, worked 3 double plays against Altoona. Teams have taken the field, so we'll take a break here and be back in just a little bit. First pitch comes your way from FNB Field in a second. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
That's right, it's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium on Friday, July 15th. Meet legendary actor and comedian Jimmy J.J. Walker, star of the 1970s hit Good Times, with a special VIP meet and greet package available. That's Friday, July 15th for Dynamite Night with Jimmy J.J. Walker at Prince George's Stadium. So head to Baysox.com right now to get your tickets and learn more.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from FNB Field here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's game 1 of this 7-game series between the Harrisburg Senators and your Bowie Baysox. Matt Sabatis with you from the ballpark here on City Island. And as Steven Fuentes warms on the mound for the Senators, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off in right field, you've got Dylan Harris, followed by Cesar Prieto at second base, batting second. Adam Hall, the DH, bats third. Cody Roberts catches and bats fourth. Hudson Askin is in center field, batting fifth. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, sixth. Greg Cullen at third base bats 7th. J.D. Mundy at first base 8th. And Andrew Dashbach in left field bats 9th. Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles, managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen, video coordinator, Lindsey Birchfield, athletic trainer. The Baysox are 19-30 on the season, a 2-game losing streak, and 10 games out of first place, in 6th overall in the 6-team Southwest Division. Get you that lineup again briefly in a moment, but Fuentes has come set, and we're ready to go as he fires the first pitch home. It's a changeup that misses just up and away, and we're underway at 6:31 p.m. on an 67-degree rainy day here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Next pitch is a changeup called for strike on the bottom edge, and the count evens at 1. Again, that lineup for Bowie quickly. Harris, Prieto, Hall, Roberts, Askin, Ortiz, Cullen, Mundy, Dashbach, all to face Fuentes on the mound. 1-1 pitch. Changeup called strike on the outer edge to Harris, and the count goes to 1-2. Harris returns to Bowie after a decent stint up with AAA Norfolk. He's a replacement for the promotion of Jordan Westberg and Gunnar Henderson. The Baysox losing 2 of the best prospects on the roster just yesterday. Here's a ground ball left side. Gilbert Lara picks it up on the run at shortstop, but he can't throw it anywhere. Had to make the catch across the body. Harris is aboard with a leadoff single, and the Baysox are underway here in the top of the first inning. FNB Field here in Harrisburg, 325 feet down the line to both left and right field, 400 feet to straightaway center field, 405 feet to the edge of the center field wall on left and right, and about 355 feet toward the inner edge of left field where it cuts back in from the seats. Here's Cesar Prieto, back-to-back left-handers to open it up for Bowie in the lineup. And the first pitch home to Prieto misses up and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Cesar, a .295 average this season for Bowie, a .690 OPS in 10 games, 3 doubles, no triples or homers, 3 runs driven in. Fuentes sets, runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Pickoff throw back to first. Not in time. That one got a little close, but it starts us out with that 1-0 count. Prieto will stick around and wait for another. Fuentes sets and sends home the next. Swing and a miss. Change up low, and the count goes even at 1. Well, it was such a great series for Prieto against Altoona. Picked up hits in every game he played. Currently riding a team-high 7-game hit streak, his longest of the season. Fuentes sets for the next and fires at home. It's a fastball that just misses high for a ball, 2-1. Well, you can hear the gusts coming through right now. We were looking at around 10 miles an hour in from center field at first pitch, and it's moving in a couple of different directions, dying down and picking back up. The 1-2, or the 2-1 rather, swung on and missed low for a strike. It's 2-2. Prieto has been already a candidate to hit into double plays. The Baysox hit into plenty of them when they played Altoona last week. But he's not hit into one yet this season. He is a heavy ground ball batter, though. They're looking for inside. The 2-2. Prieto hits it to the right side. Going to be a tough play. Backhanded by Rodriguez. Underhanded to Lara. It's short and sent to Dunn at first for the double play. 4-6-3, and 2 are down. Prieto hits into his first of the season. Let's introduce you to that full defensive alignment for Harrisburg when we've got the time. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Dontre Hubbard, Jackson Clough, and Justin Connell. Jake Alou is at third base. Gilbert Lara is at short. Alfredo Rodriguez at second, and Jack Dunn is at first. Drew Millis catches behind the plate for Steven Fuentes on the mound. Fuentes now faces off against Adam Hall. Righty on righty, and the first pitch is fouled off toward the Baysox dugout left side. Count opens up at 0-1. Your umpiring crew for today's game: Mitch Treziak is at third base, Kevin Manzik at first, and Edwin Jimenez is the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. Here's the 0-1 from Fuentes. Fastball called a strike on the top half. A check swing by Hall, and it's 0-2. Fuentes holds ball behind the waist. Ready for the 0-2 and sends it to Hall. It's just wide, barely a changeup. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Steven Fuentes, a 6'2", 240-pound, 25-year-old right-hander from Puerto Armuelles in Panama. Originally signed as a non-drafted free agent by the Nationals in 2013. Next pitch misses away on a slider. Count goes even at 2. But he's in his second stint, in essence, with the Nationals. He was released at one point at the tail end of the 2021 year after the season had ended and then got re-signed. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3. Changeup hit the top half, and Hall watched it by. Has a word to say as he departs the box, but despite a leadoff single, the Baysox only send the minimum to the plate in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the frame here at FNB Field. It's Bowie nothing, Harrisburg coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Well, the Bowie Baysox come up empty in the top half of the first inning, so we move to the bottom half here at FNB Field, and the Harrisburg Senators will get a crack at opening the score. Zach Peak warms on the mound for Bowie, and the starting lineup for the Senators that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at first base, you've got Jack Dunn, followed by Jake Alou at third base, batting second. Wilson Garcia is the DH, batting third. Alfredo Rodriguez at second base, fourth. Drew Millis is the catcher, batting fifth. Justin Connell in right field, sixth. Dontre Hubbard in left field bats 7th, Jackson Clough in center bats 8th, and Gilbert Lara is the shortstop, batting 9th. The Senators are the AA affiliate of the Washington Nationals. They're managed by Trip Keister, assisted by Justin Lord, Micah Franklin, Oscar Salazar, and RJ Geyer. TD Swinford is the athletic trainer. Harrisburg is 21-29 on the season, a 2-game losing streak, 3-7 over their last 10, and 9-15 at home. Harrisburg is 8.5 games out of first place in the Southwest Division, 5th overall in the 6-team division. Again, that lineup briefly for Harrisburg: Dunn, Alou, Garcia, Rodriguez, Millis, Connell, Hubbard, Clough, Lara, all to face off against Zach Peak on the mound. First pitch home is driven into deep left center by Dunn, but not deep enough. Hudson Haskin ranges to his right, now comes down a little bit. That one picked up against the wind, and Haskin makes the catch to open things up here in the bottom of the first inning. Defensive alignment for Harrisburg, for Bowie rather, from left to right in the outfield, you've got Andrew Dashbach, Hudson Haskin, and Dylan Harris. Greg Cullen is at third base, Joey Ortiz at short, Cesar Prieto is at second base, and J.D. Mundy is at first. Cody Roberts catches behind the plate for Zach Peak on the mound. First pitch home to the left-hander Jake Alou, misses inside a curveball from Peak. Count opens up at 1-0. Zach Peak, a 6'3", 190-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Pineville, North Carolina. Traded to the Orioles in a trade with the Angels. Here's a line drive right to short and picked on the big stride by Joey Ortiz, 2 away. Very soft liner at only 76 miles an hour off the bat, and that's what Ortiz is good at. He can pick those up quickly, even when they are a little bit faster. Got some of the best reaction time on the infield. So now quickly it's 2 gone, and here's Wilson Garcia, switch hitter, the DH today. They put the shift on for him, batting lefty. He pulls it 42% of the time, and the first pitch is just up and away, a fastball. Count opens up at 1-0. Baysox in their alternate road orange uniforms, black Bowie on the front side, gray pants, black cap, orange brim. Here's the 1-0. Fastball, that one called a strike, just nicks the outside edge in Garcia, and it's 1-1. Harrisburg wearing their regular home reds with the H logo on the right breast, white numbers, white pants, red cap. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for a called strike. Changeup hits the bottom edge, and it's 1-2. Zach Peak riding an 0-2 record, but a 3.97 ERA. 22 2/3 innings of work for him this season. He struck out 17, walked 7. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Waved at a curveball down. Peak's got a 1-2-3 inning to get us going here at FNB Field. We're on to the second here in Harrisburg. It's Bowie nothing, Harrisburg nothing. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. There's plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau night at the ballpark as the Bay Sox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk on wheels? Well, here's your chance to show it off. Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there.
A birthday bash with the Bay Sox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Bay Sox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Back to work fast here as we move to the second inning. Steven Fuentes is ready to go with still 30 seconds left on the clock between frames. He fires the first pitch home to Cody Roberts, and it's called a strike middle on a fastball, 0-1. Each side sending the minimum to the plate in the first inning. Bowie did get a single, but hit into a double play. It was a 7-pitch perfect first for Zach Peak, finishing with a strikeout swinging. Next pitch to Roberts is a called strike and a fastball away. It's 0-2. Roberts, a .269 average this season, a .748 OPS in 29 games played, 5 doubles, 4 homers, 22 runs driven in. Here's the 0-2. That one just misses wide, a changeup. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Steven Fuentes on the year, a 1-2 mark and a 4.50 ERA. That number did take a drastic tick up after his start last Tuesday. He only finished 4 innings against the Erie Seawolves and was walloped for 7 runs, all earned on 8 hits. Walked 2, struck out 3. Righty comes set now. And fires the next to Roberts. It's swung on and lifted out toward right center. Not very deep, though, as Clough curls around on it. The center fielder makes the call and the catch, and one is gone. Now things get started here in the second inning, and now Hudson Haskin will dig in. Fans Cares around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. No appointment needed. Learn more at patientfirst.com. Haskin digs in, a .265 average this year, 809 OPS in 44 games played. Right-hander on a right-hander, and the first pitch. This is high, and the count starts out at 1-0. So F&B Field is one of the small handful of parks here in the Eastern League where the broadcast position is not directly behind home plate. The 1-0 to Haskin, called a strike, a little bit inside, maybe tight there, and the count evens at 1. So we're a little bit up the first base line. Gives you a very clear view of the right-handers, and this is giving me a new vantage of how Hudson Haskin stands in the plate. Next pitch. Swing in just a piece, rolled foul, hit off of the mid of the catcher, and the count goes to 1-2. I've always been more focused, whether it be on the pitcher on the mound or somewhere on Haskin's upper body, but he keeps his legs very close together. He will take a step out once the pitcher is actually winding, but when he's set, they're very close. Those knees are almost touching. Next pitch is a changeup, swung on and pieced foul back to the screen. And the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. It was a 14-pitch first for Steven Fuentes. The Bay Sox have always been so good at running starting pitchers into the ground, but 14 pitches is actually under what Fuentes usually averages per inning this season. But he's not been able to go distance too often, usually caps around 5 innings. Another 1-2. Haskin watches high, just barely a fastball, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 8 doubles for Huddy this year, 7 homers, 25 runs driven in. He only hit 133 against the Senators the last time these two teams met. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chased on a slider away. Fuentes has his second strikeout. After that leadoff single, he's not allowed a base runner. Work the double play, strikeout, fly out, now strikeout again. Here's Joey Ortiz. First pitch, Ortiz rips it foul, third base side. Count starts out at 0-1. Here's the next. Liner over to the right side and through for a base hit toward right center field. It's picked on the screen in center by Jackson Clough, but Ortiz is aboard, breaking a 3-game hitless skid. The Bay Sox have a 2-out hit here in the top of the second inning for Greg Cullen. Lefty Cullen digs in. Just his 5th game with the Bay Sox. Had a very brief cup of coffee with them before getting sent up to AAA Norfolk to fill a gap, as the first pitch home is a changeup, called strike a bit wide. Count starts out at 1-0. Cullen only went 1 for 11 in his 4 games with Bowie. No extra base hits, only drove in 1 run, struck out 5 times, but did walk 4 times. Here's the next. Swing and a miss on a changeup down. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Runner at first, 2 away here in the top of the second. A scoreless game for Bowie. As Fuentes sets again. And picks it off back to first, but the throw a little wild. Pulls the first baseman Dunn off of the bag. Ortiz slid in. He probably would have been safe anyway if we're basing it off the speed of the throw. But we'll wait on the next offering from Fuentes. He needed 14 pitches in the first. He's already up to 14 again here in this frame. As he fires the 0-2, and it's bounced up the middle, hits off the mound, but scooped by the shortstop Lara. And he takes it to second base himself to force out Ortiz. So Cullen hits into the force to end the inning. And as we go to the bottom of the second, the Bay Sox still nothing. Harrisburg still nothing. We're back after this. You're listening to Bay Sox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Bay Sox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed lays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Baysox Youth Baseball Camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball Camp today.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Bowie returns home for a 7-game series starting on Tuesday, June 14th, when the Binghamton Rumble Ponies come to town. Features 2 different fireworks shows. You don't want to miss it. Friday the 17th, Saturday the 18th. The first one presented by DCA Imaging Systems DCA Imaging Systems. I'm so used to saying DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. On the 17th, it's presented by DCA Imaging Systems. That's the Mother and Son Night Out and the Scouts BSA Camp Out on the field, so don't miss it. BaySoxShop.com for ticket packages. First pitch home as we move to the bottom of the second is high to Alfredo Rodriguez, and it's 1-0. Zach Peak had to clear out a little bit of dirt from his shoe as he fires the next, and it swung on and missed low. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Yeah, that was a bit of a delay to start this half inning. Peak had taken his entire shoe off and was shaking it out. But he's working well, 9 pitches through. He fires the 1-1, and it's served into right center, fairly shallow. Haskin running in, called off by Harris. And it's Dylan Harris to make the catch in right. 4 up, 4 down to start for Zach Peak, and now here's Drew Millis. Millis was not a part of the previous series back at the start of May. This is his 21st game with Harrisburg this season. First pitch to the switch-hitting catcher. Called a strike. Curveball hits the bottom edge, and the count opens up at 0-1. Millis, a 184 average this year, 565 OPS in 20 games played. 3 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, 8 runs driven in. Peak steps back, kicks high, fires the 0-1, and it swung on and missed. Went with the curveball again, and Millis couldn't read it. Count to 0-2. That's one of the things that a lot of these Baysox pitchers have been running with a little bit more as the season has progressed. When a pitch is working, they just keep sticking with it. Saw it a lot in the Altoona series. The 0-2, line foul, third base side. That one touches down and skips toward the Baysox bullpen. Fastball high, and the count stays at 0-2. Saw it plenty with hot infield prospect Leover Peguero, who really just looked silly throughout the entire series. Went a combined 3 for 26 in the set. Bowie just kept feeding him breaking stuff, and he couldn't figure it out. The 0-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him with a changeup inside that time, did Peak. He's got 2 strikeouts today and has retired all 5 he's faced so far. Now here's Justin Connell. Infield will step into a regular shift, but Greg Cullen at third base will pinch inside the baseline. First pitch home to the right-hander. Misses away. Changeup starts us out at 1-0. Well, if you heard our conversation during pregame with manager Kyle Moore, I asked, is it a little bit easier now with Jordan Westberg and Gunnar Henderson gone? And here's a line drive off the glove of Cullen and into left field for a base hit. That'll hold Connell to just a single as it's picked in left by Dashbach. But it breaks up the 5 straight string to start for Zach Peak, as Connell now has hits in 4 consecutive games. Well, you heard that sentence I said earlier, is it possible for it to be easier with Jordan Westberg and Gunnar Henderson gone? And in a way, it kind of is, because there's less headache in terms of load management and constant work shifting guys around to get routine work on the infield, especially the left side of the infield. As we turn on now to Dontre Hubbard, first pitch misses high, a fastball. Count opens up at 1-0. Because if you recall at the beginning of the season, when it was Westberg, Ortiz, and Henderson, it was essentially a 2-game shift. 2 games at short for 1, then for another, then for another. 2-2-2. Next pitch to Hubbard misses wide, and the count goes to 2-0. So now, with Westberg and Henderson gone, the premier infielders, at least prospect-wise for Bowie, according to the lists and the like, are Joey Ortiz and Cesar Prieto. Here's the next pitch. Fouled off, back to the screen. And the count goes to 2-1 on Dontre Hubbard, who's hitting .348 this season, a .947 OPS in 21 games played. 3 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 10 driven in. Runner at first, 2 away in the bottom of the second, a scoreless game. But for the time being, Ortiz is going to be the full-time shortstop for Bowie. Here's the 2-1. Curveball, runner takes off, throw to second is in time. Runner got off the bag. Connell tried to avoid the tag from Prieto and missed the hand transfer to foot. There was a brief moment where he wasn't on the bag and Prieto applied the tag. So the caught stealing goes 2-4, and Peak continues to face the minimum through 2 innings. We're on to the third here in Harrisburg. Bowie and Harrisburg are scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. but less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Third inning here in Harrisburg, a scoreless game as Bowie gets back to work with J.D. Mundy. First pitch home to the left-hander, misses inside for a ball. 1-0 from Steven Fuentes. 8-9-1 due up in this half inning for Bowie with Mundy, Dashbach, and then Dylan Harris. Next pitch home to Mundy is swung on and missed down a changeup. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Mundy, a .227 average this season, a .643 OPS in 33 games played, 9 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, 13 runs driven in. Here's the next. Grounded hard right side, but scooped cleanly by Alfredo Rodriguez at second. He sends it on to Dunn at first, and there's one gone. We'll see if Bowie does anything else with, just home runs in this series, because they were, of course, at a much higher premium when they were in Altoona, a much more pitcher-friendly park. Harrisburg, more middle of the road in terms of the factors it plays for offense or defense. Here's right-hander Andrew Dashbach. First pitch lined out to left field, but Dontre Hubbard shifts to his left only about 10 feet before squaring it up. He makes the catch, and there's quickly 2 gone. 3 pitches, and Steven Fuentes is back to work. He needed 14 pitches in the first, 15 in the second, but now he's already got 2 outs here in the top of the third inning, a scoreless game. Back to the top of the lineup in Dylan Harris. As the first pitch comes in, left-hander watches down for a ball. It's 1-0. Harris singled to the left side of the infield. A little bit off against the pull, but he was taken out on a double play in the first inning. Here's the next. Called a strike, bottom half, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike now. But around his time through Norfolk, taking on his last appearance with Bowie, and now to today, he's got hits in back-to-back games. Next pitch fouled off just a piece into the dirt, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 2 away here in the top of the third inning, a scoreless game. Rain has fortunately just passed us. Tarp was on the field pretty much until about 10 minutes before first pitch. In a way, let me say. Next pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3, fastball away. Fuentes retires the side in order here in the third. His third strikeout of the day ends the frame. We're on to the home half here at FNB Field. We're scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Well, it's a busy day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 17th. Princesses and Pirates Day at the ballpark. Don your shiniest crown, wear your fanciest slippers or your peg leg and your eye patch as Prince George's Stadium transforms into a fun fairy tale castle and a swashbuckling ballpark. It's also Louie's birthday bash. Many of Louie's mascot friends will be on hand to celebrate what should be just a fantastic day at Prince George's Stadium. That's Sunday, July 17th, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Bottom of the third inning here in Harrisburg as Bowie and Harrisburg are still scoreless. Zach Peak gets back to work, faced the minimum so far through two despite a single, got a runner stealing. As the first pitch to Dontre Hubbard is fouled off just into home plate. Count opens up at 0-1. It was a 2-2 count on Hubbard when Justin Connell was caught stealing second base. Here's the 0-1. Hubbard swings through a curveball that probably ate up a little bit of dirt on its way home, and the count goes to 0-2. Third base was played in the line, but he'll back up now. Yeah, it definitely ate up some dirt. The home plate umpire kicks out from behind Cody Roberts and cleans it just slightly. But Peak is in his rhythm, fires the 0-2 to Hubbard, and it's just fouled barely. Tried to feed him so low on those first two pitches and then groove a changeup middle, but Hubbard just barely held on for a piece. Count stays at 0-2. Righty steps back, kicks high, fires another 0-2, and it's low and away. Curveball couldn't get Hubbard to chase, and the count goes to 1-2. Well, it was such an intriguing last start for Zach Peak, his second start back from a long stint on the injured list. Another 1-2. Whoa, that one's up and in. Hubbard curled back, stayed on his feet, and backs out of the box. That fastball at 92 miles an hour might shake him just a little bit. But Peak still looks undeterred. Fires the next. It's swung on and missed for strike three. Got him with a changeup low. Hubbard is kind of staring at Peak a little bit. Now he's looking at the video board and headed back to the dugout. That's the third strikeout for Peak. One away here in the bottom of the third inning. So when Pete came back for his first start in the month of May, it was only about 2 weeks ago against Erie. Started with 2 scoreless innings on all contact, didn't get any strikeouts as he fires a first pitch changeup called strike to Clough, 0-1 to open. Clough batting .159 this season, a .473 OPS in 42 games played. The next pitch home is a slider that misses inside. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Yeah, Peak's numbers just took a sharp turn up when in the second inning he allowed the bases to be loaded, hit his pitch limit and had to leave. Tyler Birch came in and promptly gave up a grand slam, so all 3 runs were charged to Peak. Next pitch, swing and a miss, fastball away, and the count quickly to a ball and 2 strikes on Jackson Clough. But his last start, Peak worked the ground balls to the best of his ability, and boy, did it turn out to be a really good day. Here's the 1-2. Oh, that one looked close, but the curveball just missed wide, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Peak allowed at least one single, well, exactly one single, not at least exactly one single in all 4 innings worked. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, scooped up easily by Roberts and sent over to first to complete the putout. 2-3 on the strikeout. 4th overall for Zach Peak, and there's 2 gone here in the third. Yeah, Peak allowed exactly one single in all 4 innings worked, and in each of the first 3 innings, he worked a double play. Only 1 base runner across those 4 innings reached second base. Bowie went on to win 5-3. Here's Gilbert Lara with the bases empty and now 2 outs. First pitch to the right-hander is a late swing on a changeup high. Count opens up at 0-1. Bases empty, 2 away here in the bottom of the third inning, a scoreless game. The 0-1, Lara sharply bounces it to short, backing up Ortiz to pick it on the outfield grass, but he gets it to first with a couple of steps to spare. 6-3 put out on a great read by Ortiz in the 6-hole. We're on to the 4th here in Harrisburg, a scoreless game. Bowie in Harrisburg. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Already on the 4th inning here in Harrisburg, grounds crew taking an extended look over at the dirt on the first base corner. Fortunately, they don't have to run as far as they do at Prince George's Stadium. The exit to the grounds crew is just to the right side of the Harrisburg dugout, so they just get out of the play quickly. But we're ready to go for the 4th inning. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up for Bowie here in a scoreless ball game. Cesar Prieto will start as Steven Fuentes continues on the mound, 37 pitches deep, first pitch home. Fastball called a strike on the outside half, and the count opens up at 0-1. Orioles were dealing with a bit of rain as well as they get ready to face off against the Cubs. Looks like they're underway, though, at Camden Yards. Next pitch, a hard foul ball left side into the netting, and the count goes quickly to 0-2 on Prieto, who hit into a double play in the first inning. First one he'd hit into this year in his 11th game with Bowie. Fuentes sets, works first base side of the rubber, fires the next, and it's grounded slowly but foul up the first base line, picked on the right side of the line by Jack Dunn, and the count will hold. Well, I said it, Fuentes is coming off of a clunker. Pretty much the worst outing for him this season. 7 runs on 8 hits in just 4 innings. Walked 2, only struck out 3. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Looked like Drew Millis might have dropped it for a second, but he held on, and Prieto is down on strikes. 4 punch-outs for Steven Fuentes so far. He's retired 4 straight batters. Now on to Adam Hall. And Fuentes came in on the back end of that doubleheader. That was Sunday the 8th. Of course, Bowie was riding the high in Game 1. Garrett Stallings and Morgan McSweeney had combined to throw the 11th no-hitter in Baysox history. First pitch to Hall fouled off back behind the screen to the right side, and the count opens up at 0-1. Hall struck out looking back in the first inning on a 2-2 count. Fuentes up to 42 pitches so far. Next pitch. That one just barely missed high, if at all. Count goes even at 1 on the changeup. Here's the 1-1. Served up the line first, but foul. Curling out of play and touching down out of play. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now here on Hall. Here's the 1-2. Hard hit bouncer up the middle, ranging a long way. The second baseman Rodriguez throws across the body and pulls the first baseman off the bag. That's going to go down as a hit. A single for Hall extends his hitting streak to 4 consecutive games now, and the Baysox have a runner on with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. very tough play for Alfredo Rodriguez up the middle, so it makes sense to call that one a hit. Would have been outside ordinary effort to even make that possible. But now it turns on to Cody Roberts. Along with Cesar Prieto, one of the hottest hitters in the lineup right now for Bowie. First pitch, Roberts watches fastball miss down. Count opens up at 1-0. He flew out to straightaway center field his last time up. The Baysox have a runner at first now, with one away in the top of the fourth, a scoreless game. Fuentes sets, fires, and Roberts takes high. Curveball runs the count to 2-0. Catcher Drew Millis is keeping a keen eye on Adam Hall. Hall's a perfect 11 for 11 this season when attempting steals, and Millis has only caught 3 of 15. Pickoff throw back to first, no tag. We'll wait on the 2-0 to Roberts. Well, Bowie caught a runner stealing. Roberts nabbed his 11th stolen base attempt back in the second inning. Ended the frame when Justin Connell tried to take second, but he was tagged down in a funky way, the 2-0. Roberts bounces it over to third, could be two. Picked by Alou, sent to Rodriguez at second, and on to first in time. Dunn on the receiving end at first base, and it's a 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. Bowie sends the minimum to the plate as Roberts hits into his 4th twin killing of the year. Bottom of the 4th coming up here in Harrisburg. It's Bowie and Harrisburg scoreless. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Be sure to get to the ballpark on Friday, June 17th for a jam-packed night of promotions and fun at Prince George's Stadium. It all starts with fireworks presented by DCA Imaging Systems. It's our mother and son night out with special ticket packages available at BaysoxShop.com. And most importantly, it's the Scouts BSA Campout. When you purchase a special ticket, you and your scout can camp out in the outfield at Prince George's Stadium after the game. It all happens on Friday, June 17th, so find out more and get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning here in Harrisburg, a scoreless ball game between the Baysox and the Senators. First pitch home from Zach Peak to the right-hander Jack Dunn is just a bit up and away. A changeup starts the count out at 1-0. Dunn flew out to center field to open the first inning. It's the first, second, and third batters due up in this half frame for Harrisburg. Next pitch, blazing fastball called a strike on the outside edge. Runs the count even in a ball and a strike. We are seeing a heavy mist, more of a drizzle starting to appear over the ballpark as the 1-1 pitch comes in. Swung on and missed low. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Dunn. While the radars don't really look too dastardly at the moment, it looks like there is a cell starting to form above us, and some fans are moving to cover. So we could go into a delay at some point as the 1-2 bounces in, smothered by Roberts, and the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Dunn. Of course, once the game starts, though, it's on the discretion of the umpires to call for the tarp. They will obviously go under the guidance of the groundskeeper and what the home field might have to say, but it's the umpire's decision. 2-2 to Dunn. Misses away, curveball, and the count runs full. First full count that Peak has worked to today. He'd only worked to one other 2-ball count all game. That's when he struck out Jackson Clough for the second out in the third. The payoff here is lifted out toward deep left field. Dashbach backing up on it, looks to have it square, but he keeps backing, and he can't read it. It falls to the left of him and off of the wall. He lost that one in the rain, and it goes down as a double as Dashbach didn't really make any contact with it. Dunn picks up his 4th double of the season, and the leadoff man is in scoring position now for Harrisburg in the bottom of the 4th. Now on to Jake Alou. Well, and that's just the tough situation that Bowie finds themselves in right now, a ballpark that some of these guys may not be familiar with, first time they're playing here, and they didn't get too much time to actually inspect the dimensions. There was no batting practice because of the rain that was in the area. First pitch home to Jake Alou is called a strike on a fastball wide to the left-hander. Count opens up at 0-1. Runner at second, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, a scoreless game. Peak trying to keep it that way, but in a tough situation. Here's the 0-1. Just misses in, barely. A changeup runs the count even at a ball and a strike. And just as we were talking about it, it looks like that mist has lightened a little bit. It's still there, and there is still a heavy drizzle, but it's a little bit more parsed out. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a piece on a pitch in the dirt. Looked like Alou might have missed it for a second, and it got past Roberts, but he got a nick of it, and the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. Peak sets out of the stretch, looks back, runner at second once, and sends. Popped up, left side, foul ground, running quickly Cullen, but he'll stop just as quickly as it gets out of play, and now the rain is starting to pick up. We'll see how things look once this half inning comes to a conclusion, but a lot of times you don't necessarily want to see the tarp come on the field in the middle of a frame. Most times they'll make the call after a half inning ends. A ball and 2 strikes still here on Alou as the next pitch comes in, and it's swung on and missed for strike 3. Keeping it easy with the curveballs inside. Peak picks up his 5th strikeout today, and there's 1 gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That already ties a season tie for Peak. He struck out 5 Akron Rubber Ducks back on the 24th of April. It was part of a 3-2 loss for Bowie, but Peak is cruising right now. Now here's Wilson Garcia. Delayed steal as Peak sends to third before he tosses, and he got the runner. Peak had to be very careful as to not balk there, and they catch Jack Dunn trying with the early jump. A 1-5 caught stealing. Dunn is caught for just the first time this season. And that clears the bases, puts Peak back to facing the minimum through 3 2/3 now. Infield can play at their regular positioning as they wanted to put the shift on for Wilson Garcia and initially couldn't, and now, what is this? A sprint out from the dugout for Josh Conway, Baysox pitching coach. The way that Peak twisted while throwing the ball to third there, I said it, he had kicked his leg high and had to try and stay fluid with it, wanted to make sure he didn't put his leg down because that would have been a balk if he didn't throw the ball somewhere. Maybe that's what they were checking on very, very quickly, but that'll go down as a mound visit. I'm not even sure what the point of that was. So we haven't even seen a pitch to Wilson Garcia yet. But Peak seems good to go, and the first pitch home to Garcia is driven high and deep out to right field. This one's trouble. Harris running back. He cedes it to Haskin, but they both lose. It's out. Garcia, a solo home run with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, opens up the scoring this evening. Harrisburg leads 1-0. 97 miles an hour off of the bat, 396 feet away from home plate. 6th home run of the season for Garcia, and just the 2nd that Peak has led up this year. Garcia up to 23 runs driven in. Right-hander Alfredo Rodriguez digs in. The first pitch to him is swung on and missed low. Count starts out at 0-1. Rodriguez flew out to right field back in the 2nd inning. Here's the next. Breaking ball, bounced slowly to third, picked on a low hop by Greg Cullen, and from the infield grass he throws it to first, but it's low, and Mundy can't receive it on the dig. And that's going to be an error. E5 on Greg Cullen. And here's Drew Millis. Ball, of course, very wet, difficult to work with. Could have had an impact there, as we're really seeing the intensity of this, I guess you could call it a decent drizzle now, come and go, because right now it looks a little bit heavier. Probably about 30, 40 seconds ago, it seemed fairly light. But runner at first, still 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th as Drew Millis digs in. First pitch to the switch-hitting catcher, misses away a fastball. It's 1-0 to open. Millis struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. And no matter what happens from this point on, if Harrisburg continues to score, it's unearned against Peak. 1-0 in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. Rodriguez has only attempted 1 stolen base this season, and he was caught. Roberts already does have a caught stealing in this game. As mentioned, it was Justin Connell that ended the 2nd inning. But the throw didn't actually beat him. Connell just didn't slide properly, and there was a moment where his hand came off the bag and his foot hadn't reached the bag. He didn't make the transfer. Here's a foul left side, hits off of the railing of the Baysox dugout, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Fundamentals coach Tim DeJohn put on the animated reaction for that screecher coming his way, and it looks like, are we going to get the tarp on the field? I think we will. Baysox infield is slowly walking back to the dugout. Harrisburg still sticking around. Alfredo Rodriguez is at first base. No, I guess we won't get the tarp. The umpires are just going to ask for some clean dirt on the mound to give Peak a little bit more planting ground, a little bit cleaner spot to drop that foot. And the infield is just going to take this opportunity to meander and get themselves reacquainted. Talk about what they did today. Well, I do know yesterday, since Bowie had the 2-week road trip, they had the off day on the road. Very rare these days. You used to see it a few times. Still very rare, but you used to see it a few times back before we did the 6-game series. Bowie has it once on this road trip, and then they'll do it once more when they have their next 12-game road trip. They face off against Harrisburg and then Akron in August. So Bowie will have an off day in Akron. That should be interesting. Big opportunity there. I might go see the Football Hall of Fame. But I know a lot of the team went around to one of the local malls, and a handful of them went to see the new Top Gun movie. There's not too much around the hotel. It's next to the Harrisburg Airport. Peak is going to get the chance to fire a couple of warm-up tosses with the new dry dirt installed, in air quotes there, in front of the mound. And he'll reset now for a 2-1 offering to Drew Millis. As once again, it looks like this dusting of rain has started to clear up. Here's the 2-1. Millis watches it bounce in as Peak inspects the dirt in front of the rubber once again. He'll kick a little bit out from his cleats. Count goes to 3-1 with runner at first here, still 2 outs. Rodriguez doesn't look too concerned about taking a secondary lead. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. So this inning has really gotten out of Peak's control for a couple of reasons. The rain being out of his control most definitely. But after the leadoff double by Jack Dunn, the strikeout of Jake Alou, and then Peak himself picking Dunn off and catching him stealing, looked like he was in control. But then a home run, runner reached on an error, and now a walk puts runners at first and second for Justin Connell. First pitch to the right-hander is just pieced foul. He went low on the curveball, and Connell just rolled it back to the screen. 0-1 to start. Connell singled to left field in the 2nd inning, but he was caught stealing second base. I told you he didn't make the transfer on the base cleanly. There was a brief moment where he wasn't touching the base at all, and Cesar Prieto held the tag. Here's the 0-1. Curveball in there for a called strike. Hit the lower outside corner, and it's 0-2. Well, Peak was using that curveball very effectively. First trip through the order. Doesn't seem as if he's been using it as much right now, so it's good to see that he's bringing it back out and getting strikes with it. Peak sets. Here's the 0-2. That one skips in. Roberts doing an excellent job right now, keeping the ball in front of him. Got to do it at least 3 times over the last 2 plate appearances now, and of course it does have a little bit to do with the slickness in play at the moment. Hopefully things should dry up soon, but Bowie is getting a right-hander already up and tossing in the bullpen as Peak is trying to finish another 4th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Misses high, a fastball, and the count goes even at 2. It looks to be the new reliever added to the Baysox roster, Clayton McGinnis. Came up from High A Aberdeen, just activated today. 2-2 pitch to Connell. Swing and a miss, he got him. Change up on the outside edge, and the inning comes to a close, but not before Harrisburg breaks through for the first score of the game. A 2-out solo home run by Wilson Garcia. And as we move to the 5th here in Harrisburg, it's Bowie down 1-0. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Sox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey fans, Pest Now is a proud partner of the Baysox, and they provide pest control services for Prince George's Stadium, so that's how you know they're reliable. For all your pest control services, call Pest Now at 301-231-8300 or visit them online at pestnow.com. We move to the 5th inning here at FNB Field. Bowie trails 1-0. As the Baysox get back to work offensively, the first pitch home to Hudson Haskin misses low. It's 1-0. Well, already Haskin has laid off of the first 2 pitches he's seen. Or the first pitch he's seen in both of his plate appearances, to be more specific, and he makes up for it here with a line drive shot toward left center field that's down for a base hit. Haskin is trying for 2 as it's picked in left, and he slides in safely. How do you like that one? A risky move by Huddy as Dontre Hubbard jogged over to pick it. He got it in quickly, but Alfredo Rodriguez was hanging around the bag very lazily. A leadoff double by Huddy, and the Baysox have a game-tying run in scoring position to start out the 5th inning. 9th double of the season for Hudson with the departure of Gunnar Henderson and Jordan Westberg. He now leads the team in that metric. Now on to Joey Ortiz, who had a single up the middle back in the 2nd inning. Steven Fuentes back to work on the mound for Harrisburg. Fires the first home, and Ortiz watches high. Count starts out at 1-0. 51 pitches so far for Fuentes, but he is past the 4th inning. That was where he ran into trouble when he faced off against Erie last week. Here's the 1-0. just fouled off. Too far ahead of the changeup as it hits home plate, and the count goes even and a ball on a strike. Fuentes sets. Fires the 1-1. Ortiz watches it. It's called a strike on a changeup bottom edge, and the count moves to 1-2. Well, you see a lot of just muggy days like this in these kinds of areas. The way it's situated on the river, City Island. You see it also up in Erie, where the Erie Seawolves are located, as the next pitch to Ortiz is a changeup that misses down and away. Count evens at 2. You put a ballpark on the water like this, and sometimes you've got just some of those quick-moving clouds that recycle a lot of that water and don't make too much of a note on the radars if you're following along with your phone or something of that category. The Baysox actually had a game rained out last season. When watching the radar, there was nothing there. Fuentes steps off the back of the rubber, looks back the runner at second and Haskin. Doesn't do anything, though, as he'll reset for the 2-2 count to Joey Ortiz. Pitch home. Ortiz smacks it up the middle, and that one's down for a base hit. We'll see if it scores. Huddy. Moore sends the go sign. Clough sends it home, but it's cut off. Ortiz will try for second base. The throw doesn't get him. It's a little late, and Ortiz is into second as Haskin scores the tying run. It's a 1-1 game here in the top of the 5th inning. Here comes Trip Keister. He's going to argue this. He's not arguing the run scored. That happened no matter what. But they're going to rule it an error, I would assume, on the pitcher, or not the pitcher, whoever was cutting off that throw. I think it might have been the first baseman, Jack Dunn. But Trip Keister is out and just chit-chatting at this point with the first base umpire, Kevin Manzik. Keister has definitely calmed down a little bit from what I've seen in the past few years covering games that he's managed. He used to be one of the most animated managers back in the Carolina League in 2019. It was fun to watch every day, but he'll just let that one go as it does. But Ortiz is into second base on the single RBI and error, his 24th run driven in this season. And it's the same scenario. Runner at second, still nobody out. Here's Greg Cullen. They play him pinched in at third, the left-hander, and shifted onto the right side as the first pitch is a fastball that misses up and away to start 1-0. So they're saying it's a throwing error by Jackson Clough. I find that to be a bit interesting. Because Clough was trying to throw it home, see if he could beat out Hudson Haskin, but the throw was cut off, and that's where the issue led. Here's a line drive up the middle, another base hit. Let's see if Ortiz gets the go around. He does, and the throw is held up. Cullen with an RBI single into center, and it's back-to-back run-scoring knocks for Bowie. They lead 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. Rocket shot for Cullen at 100 miles an hour off the bat. That's his second RBI with the Baysox this season. And now here's J.D. Mundy with runner at first, still nobody out. Drew Millis is going to step on out quickly and have a quick convo with his battery mate. Looks like Zach Peak will be calling it a day. Clayton McGinnis has just finished some more warm-up tosses in the Baysox bullpen. Harrisburg does look like they have a couple of bodies moving at the moment, but nobody on the mound, nobody tossing just yet. Meanwhile, Fuentes is at just 57 pitches through 4 innings and some change. First pitch to the left-hander Mundy is called a strike on a changeup that hits the lower outside corner, and the count opens up at 0-1. Mundy grounded out to second base his first time up. That would be trouble here with a runner at first and nobody out. Here's the next. Misses low. Changeup runs the count even to a ball and a strike. Inning started with a double by Hudson Haskin to left center field. Looked like it was just going to be a clean single, but Huddy tested the arm of the left fielder Dontre Hubbard. beat it out just barely and scored on a single by Joey Ortiz. Ortiz reached second on an error on the play, and Greg Cullen singled him home. Here's the next. Mundy watches called strike fastball away, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. Here's the 1-2. Mundy watches it bounce in. Cullen took an extra step towards second, but good pick by Drew Millis, so he kept it in front of him, and Cullen had to stay put. Well, now with the way that the roster is shaking up for Bowie, it looks like Bowie might be using Andrew Dashbach in the outfield a little bit more often. They do have Christopher Cespedes at points if they want to use him. As the next to Mundy is grounded up the first base line, but booted. Dunn gets it off the wrist, and he can't turn 2 with it. He recovers and takes it to the bag himself for the simple 3 unassisted. But again, while that won't show up as an error on the box score, that did take away Dunn's opportunity at a potential double play, or at the very least, getting the lead runner, because he would have been able to go 3-6 and get Cullen at second base. But instead, Cullen is now at second base, and Mundy is the one that's retired. So now 1 away. Closing my thought, with Dashbach maybe seeing a little bit more time in the outfield, we might see a lot more of J.D. Mundy in play. He had such a great month of April. I've been wanting to see more of him all season. Here is Dashbach. First pitch, a swing and a miss on a changeup low, and the count starts out at 0-1. Dashbach lined out to left field his first time up in the 3rd inning. That was the second out of the frame. And as a right-hander's finally up and tossing in the bullpen for Harrisburg. Next pitch, Dashbach fouls it off right side. Already 0-2. Runner at second, 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Bowie leads 2-1. As Fuentes is really taking his time, finally comes set with 8 seconds to pitch. Sends it home, and Dashbach crushes it high and deep to right field. Connell backing up, but he has it squared. Now has to run it a long way. He makes the catch on the run, used the opportunity to charge up a potential throw, see if Cullen tried to tag, but Cullen stayed put. So runner still at second. Now 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Back to the top of the lineup and Dylan Harris. And a quick visit from pitching coach Sam Narin. Fans, don't forget about proud sponsor of the Baysox, On the Green Incorporated. They're celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs, and they guarantee results for residential and commercial lawns. They can turn your sandlot into something lush, resembling the beautiful greens at Prince George's Stadium. Mention this ad that you heard it on the Baysox broadcast, and you'll receive a discount on your first lawn care or pest control service. Enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com or give them a call at 410-695-0444. Bowie ahead 2-1 here in the top of the 5th inning, plating both of their runs in this frame. A leadoff double by Hudson Haskin. Single and an error by Joey Ortiz drove in Huddy, and then an RBI single by Greg Cullen drove in Ortiz. Here's the next to Harris. First to Harris, rather. Misses away. Count starts out at 1-0. Harris singled to the shortstop in the 1st inning. They've got the shift on for him again, as the next pitch is called a strike on a changeup, hits the outside edge. Count evens at 1. Harris was taken out on a double play that ended that inning. He struck out swinging to end the 3rd. Fuentes fires the next, and Harris watches called strike, same place as the last pitch, change up in, and the count goes to 1-2. Difficult to get a read on the right-hander in the bullpen for Harrisburg. They do have a small window, but the outfield wall is obstructing the view. Can't tell you it's a right-hander, that much I do know. Here's the 1-2 to Harris. Swing and a miss. Chased on a changeup away, and he's down on strikes. But the Baysox get on the board and take the lead here in the top of the 5th inning. A trio of hits to open the frame, including RBIs by Joey Ortiz and Greg Cullen. As we're halfway home here at FNB Field in Harrisburg, Bowie leads 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. It's two of the largest fireworks shows of the season, all a part of the Baysox Independence Day weekend celebration. On Saturday, it's the post-game spectacular, sponsored by Royal Farms. And on Sunday, it's the Baysox Independence Day celebration with the biggest fireworks show of the season, sponsored by Johns Hopkins Community Physicians. 2 straight days of post-game fireworks at Prince George's Stadium, and you don't want to miss it. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Bottom of the 5th inning here in Harrisburg. Bowie ahead 2-1 as the Baysox dip into their bullpen for the first time today and pull out a right-hander for his Double-A debut. Clayton McGinnis takes over for Bowie. He'll face off against the 7, 8, and 9 batters in the Harrisburg lineup, starting with Dontre Hubbard. Righty on righty to open as Zach Peak calls it a day. A good performance for Peak, but he didn't go 5 innings, so he's taking a no decision. First pitch home to Hubbard misses away, and the count starts out at 1-0. It was 4 innings for Zach Peak. He gave up 3 hits and 1 run. It was earned. He struck out 6 batters, which is a new season's high, and walked 1. Next pitch from McGinnis misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-0 on Dontre Hubbard. Clayton McGinnis, well, the weather not too keen for his Double-A debut, but he comes in with some pristine numbers. The 2-0 pitch, Hubbard swings and misses on a breaking ball down, and the count goes to 2-1. McGinnis, a 6'1", 180-pound right-hander, non-drafted free agent signed out of Wichita State in 2019. Pitched well for the Shockers, pitched well for High A Aberdeen this year. Next pitch misses away, and the count goes to 3-1. McGinnis with Aberdeen made 11 appearances, all of them in relief. He went 1-0 with a 0.98 ERA in 18 1/3 innings. Here's the 3-1, fouled off hard left side. Count goes full here on Dontre Hubbard, who struck out swinging back in the 3rd inning, his first at-bat. Yeah, that equates to just 2 earned runs for McGinnis. Over the 11 appearances, he struck out 21, walked 4, did allow 1 home run, that was it. Right now, he's the active saves leader in the Orioles minor league system. The 3-2 pitch, swinging a nubber off of Hubbard's foot over to the right side, so the count stays full. He converted 6 saves in 7 opportunities, including 2 saves in his final 3 appearances for Aberdeen. Bases empty, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Bowie ahead 2-1. Another payoff to Hubbard. Swinging a hard bouncer left side, picked by Ortiz after the call. He charges, fires, got him. 6-3 put out on a good zip by Ortiz, and there's 1 gone to start the bottom of the 5th. Here's Jackson Clough. And McGinnis just picked apart those high A batters. And if you heard our earlier conversation with the manager, Kyle Moore, he said, and I agreed with him after looking at the numbers because McGinnis wasn't a guy on my radar. Moore was surprised that McGinnis didn't start the season with Bowie. First pitch home to Jackson Clough is swung on and missed high, a fastball. Count opens up at 0-1. Clough struck out swinging in the third inning, 1 of 6, a season's high 6 for Zach Peak today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, back behind the screen and up to the sweet level here at FNB Field. Count to 0-2. And the other thing for McGinnis, too, is that he is going to turn 24 soon. So you think around that age, with how young the Baysox have been, he probably would have been a good candidate. Here's the 0-2, fouled off hard into the Harrisburg dugout. Count stays at 0-2. Bowie does have plenty of young chaps on their roster this season. Obviously, their average age got a little bit older when Gunnar Henderson got the call up to AAA. Here's another 0-2 to Clough. Fouled off again, left side out of play on a pop. Count stays. But how about Gunnar Henderson, man? 20 years old and up to AAA. I've been saying it since pretty much the end of April. The day was coming. I'd be sad when it happened, and gosh, if you wouldn't believe it, I was sad. That's the nature of the minor leagues sometimes. As the 0-2 comes home to Jackson Clough, it's down and inside a fastball. That one looked like it probably could have gone for the called strike. But McGinnis will have to try again at a ball and 2 strikes. That's the problem with the minors, especially when you're working in them. A player you like to watch because they play well means that they probably won't be around for too long. The 1-2 misses down and inside. Another fastball for McGinnis. Count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was definitely the case last season when the Tigers had a similar scenario with 2 top 5 overall prospects in Spencer Torkelson and Riley Green. Green was also just 20. Here's the next offering, lined hard out toward right center field. Harris running, and he can't make a decision with Haskin. They both watch it fall in. Sliding into second safely, Clough picks up his 7th double of the season. That one was softly hit, too. Only 89 miles an hour off the bat. From this vantage, it's hard to tell if that was just perfectly placed or more so on Haskin and Harris not making a quick decision on who should slide for it. Because obviously it's a dangerous scenario when you've got 2 outfielders converging like that. If they both slide, then you're in for a world of hurt. Here's Gilbert Lara. First pitch to the right-hander. Misses just high. A fastball. Count opens up at 1-0. Lara grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. That was in the 3rd inning. Tying run for Harrisburg at second base here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 pitch to Lara. Fouled off back to the screen. A fastball. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Lara only 179 this season with runners in scoring position. He's always been a big strikeout candidate this year. 30% of the time. Just a 2% walk rate. That's a feast or famine kind of batter right there. 1-1 count here. The next pitch. Fouled off again back to the screen. That time the curve, middle, and the count to 1-2. But this is a good chance for McGinnis to pick up that first Double-A strikeout. He's worked 2 strikes on all batters he's faced so far. And obviously one of that big jumps, that big transitional problems for pitchers is getting that swing and miss stuff to work once you move from high A to Double-A. See if McGinnis gets it here. The 1-2. Fouled off back to the netting again, and the count stays. And of course, it's the inverse for batters when they make that jump from high A to Double-A. You don't see as many fastballs. The breaking stuff is a little bit more dangerous and a lot harder to make contact with. Another 1-2. Got him. Curveball swung on and missed low. And that's the first Double-A strikeout for Clayton McGinnis. 7th overall strikeout for Baysox pitching. And now back to the top of the lineup with Jack Dunn. McGinnis has a handful of multi-inning outings on the books this season. I'd imagine he tosses 2, at best 3 innings, and I think 3 innings is being generous. First pitch to Dunn. Called a strike. High fastball. Count 0-1 to start. Dunn doubled in the 4th inning against Peak, but it was a weather-aided double as it split through the raindrops. Andrew Dashbach had a hard time reading it, and it fell just to his left while he was just backed up against the wall. Here's the 0-1. Dunn watches it skip in. Change up low and away, and the count evens. But Dunn really tried to press his luck and got the whammy, if there's anybody out there that follows old game shows. When he tried to steal third base against Peak, and Peak very cleanly pivoted from his windup to catch Dunn at third, 1-5. A ball and a strike here on Dunn as the next pitch is a fastball that misses up and in. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike now. Runner at second, 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Bowie ahead 2-1. As the righty McGinnis sets and fires the next. Misses low, a fastball. Count to 3-1. Served on a line out towards center. Haskin backing up on it. Reaches up over the head and makes the catch as the raindrops are starting to fall again here at FNB Field. The inning does come to a close as we move on to the 6th in Harrisburg. Bowie leads 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Only 2 chances to catch fireworks in June on the 17th and 18th against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Hope to see you there.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Make sure to get your tickets for Friday, July 15th. It's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium. Star of the 70s hit Good Times, Jimmy J.J. Walker is going to make his way out to the ballpark, meet the legendary actor and comedian with a special VIP meet and greet package. You can get your tickets, find out a little bit more at Baysox.com. I believe you've got to go to BaysoxShop.com for that VIP meet and greet package. But again, that comes your way on July 15th. That's Friday. Bowie will play 2 homestands in the month of July. They do have a good mix of home and road games that month, but remember, they only have 1 real home stand here this month. After this 7-game series with Harrisburg wraps up, they play 7 games against Binghamton starting Tuesday the 14th. So get your tickets for that one at Baysox.com. 6th inning here at FNB Field as Bowie leads 2-1. Adam Hall will follow up, and the first pitch to Cesar Prieto hits him. That's tough. Good thing for those elbow guards, huh? So Steven Fuentes opens up with a hit-by pitch. Prieto extends his on-base streak to 8 consecutive games for Bowie. And now the umpire will come out and ask if Fuentes wants any fresh dirt on the mound. Fuentes actually shook them off during that break. The grounds crew had come out with fresh dirt because there was just a little blow-through of rain at the tail end of the last half inning. And it immediately stopped pretty much as soon as the inning was done. The grounds crew had came out with buckets of fresh dirt ready to dry up the mound and scrape it a little bit, even it out as well. But Fuentes just brushed them off, so they elected to use that dirt around home plate instead. So now the batter's boxes are just gone. They're just completely gone, covered by all that new fresh dirt, and you can't see anything. The batters are just orienting themselves to home plate, which is fine. They know how to do that. Here's Adam Hall, first pitch. Right-hander watches fastball hit high for a called strike. It's 0-1. Hall reached on an infield single in the fourth inning, but was taken out on a double play that ended that frame with just 3 batters. Bowie has the leadoff runner on base here in the 6th after Prieto was hit by that first pitch of the frame. Next pitch swung on and missed. Changeup misses away, and the count moves to 0-2. Bowie already has another right-hander up and tossing in their bullpen, so while I had anticipated Clayton McGinnis maybe going 2 innings at most, he will be finished with just 1. As the next to Hall is swung on and missed up high again for strike 3. 3 straight fastballs from Steven Fuentes, and he's up to 6 strikeouts on the day. First out here in the top of the 6th inning. Ties the season high for Fuentes. Last time he did that, he struck out 6 Richmond Flying Squirrels in just 3 innings back on May 13th. Here's Cody Roberts, runner still at first and 1 away. First pitch. Fouled off toward the Baysox dugout. Count opens up at 0-1. Roberts also trying to extend his hit streak. He's riding a 7-gamer. But he flew out to center in the 2nd and hit into the double play in the 4th that ended the inning. Well, Harrisburg had a right-hander warming the last inning when Fuentes was on the mound, and they still have someone standing on the mound. Doesn't look like they're actually throwing, though. Here's the next. Roberts watches inside a changeup. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Inning started when Cesar Prieto took one on the elbow. He's at first base right now. Unfortunately, no worse for wear thanks to the elbow guard. Fuentes peers back at him. Prieto has not attempted a stolen base with Bowie yet this year, as Roberts fouls off the next pitch, a slow grounder to the left side. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Looks to be that might be Connor Lopridge warming in the bullpen for the Baysox. He could be liable to take the 6th, 7th, and hopefully 8th innings for Bowie. As the 1-2 to Roberts bounces in the dirt. Prieto took a secondary lead, but a good backhand by Drew Millis kept it in front. As the count goes even at 2 here on Cody Roberts. Yeah, so Lopridge tossing on the mound for Bowie. Fuentes sets once more. And fires the 2-2. It's lined to third and booted by Jake Alou. Picked on the run by the shortstop, and he can't go anywhere with it. Not that hard hit, only 77 miles an hour off of the bat. Got to imagine that goes down as a base hit. Jake Alou probably would have been better set at stepping back and taking it off the bounce, and they will give it a hit. So Roberts extends his hit streak to 8 consecutive games now, longest on the team for Bowie this season. Hudson Haskin into the box with runners at first and second and 1 away. Fuentes comes set and fires the first pitch home. Right-hander thought about it, but watches a called strike on a low changeup. Count opens up at 0-1. Hudson squeezed out a double in the 5th inning, opened up the frame, scored the game-tying run at that point. Here's the next. Ground ball slowly hit over to short. This could be 2. Lara goes to second. Rodriguez turns to Dunn, and it's there in time, ending the inning. Hudson Haskin hits into his 4th double play of the season as the Baysox get 2 aboard with only 1 out, but can't do much with it. Bottom of the 6th coming up here in Harrisburg. Bowie leads 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Bottom of the sixth inning here in Altoona, Harrisburg. You play a week straight in one place, you get used to saying their name for a whole week. We're in Harrisburg as Bowie leads 2-1. A new pitcher stepping to the mound for the Baysox. Connor Lopridge takes over, the second reliever of the day for Bowie. Relieves Clayton McGinnis on a good Double-A debut for the right-hander. 23-year-old fired a scoreless inning with one hit and a strikeout. No other base runners. Could be in line for the win depending on how the rest of the game goes. Lopridge will face off against 2, 3, and 4 in the Harrisburg lineup, starting with Jake Alou. First pitch home to the left-hander. Alou checks his swing. The curveball just misses inside, and the count starts out at 1-0. Alou riding an 0 for 2 day, struck out swinging his last time up, 1 of 6 by Zach Peak, a season high for him. Here's the 1-0. Fastball, a blazer, just misses, not sure by how much. And the count goes to 2-0. Next offering, Alou watches a fastball. That one hits. Call it for a strike on the top half of the zone. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike now on Alou. Wilson Garcia on deck as the next one is grounded over towards second and nearly overran by Prieto. He has to back pick it and recover on the transfer. He got it there. I think he might have pulled something, or at least stretched a little bit too hard. He's clutching his rib right now and hunched over on his knees. Throw got there, so it's a 4-3 putout. J.D. Mundy goes over and checks to make sure he's all right, and Prieto uprights, walks back to his normal position. As Wilson Garcia will step into the box. First pitch to the big left-hander. Misses high, a fastball, and the count opens up at 1-0. Looks to be a lefty in the bullpen for Harrisburg at this point. Brian Gonzalez as the next pitch is fouled off to the sweet level. Count evens at a ball and a strike on Garcia, who's responsible for the only run today for Harrisburg. Had the solo home run on the first pitch he saw in the 4th inning. Next pitch, line drive, picked on the bounce by Cesar Prieto. It kicked up some dirt, so he has to upright and toss it to first. But he had so much time on that screaming line drive that it wasn't much of an issue at all. Another 4-3 putout. And there's 2 away here in the 6th. First pitch home to Alfredo Rodriguez is called a strike, bottom edge. Count opens at 0-1. Next pitch from Lopridge, swing and a miss. Chases on a changeup down, and it's already 0-2. Rodriguez 0 for 2 on the day, reached on an error in the 4th and made it to second base, but was left there. The 0-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. Lopritch fed him 3 breaking balls, and Rodriguez couldn't lay off. 1-2-3 inning for Lopritch, thanks to a little help from Cesar Prieto at second base as well. We're on to the 7th here at FNB Field. Bowie leads 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
That's right, it's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium on Friday, July 15th. Meet legendary actor and comedian Jimmy J.J. Walker, star of the 1970s hit Good Times, with a special VIP meet and greet package available. That's Friday, July 15th for Dynamite Night with Jimmy J.J. Walker at Prince George's Stadium. So head to Baysox.com right now to get your tickets and learn more. On to the 7th inning here in Harrisburg. A 2-1 Bowie lead. Yet another tight contest for the Baysox. This entire road trip so far has had games decided by 2 runs or just 1 run. Of course, that was all in just the 6-game series with Altoona, but it's carrying over today, and that's notable. Harrisburg will go into the bullpen for the first time today. A quality start by Steven Fuentes, but he's going to leave as a losing pitcher, allowing just 2 runs in 6 innings on 7 hits. Left-hander Brian Gonzalez starts and fires a first pitch high to Joey Ortiz. Call it for ball 1. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He struck out 6 batters, did not walk any. That's a big rarity for Bowie. Here's the next. Inside, brushed off Ortiz just a tad. And the count goes to 2-0 on Joey, who's riding a 2-for-2 day. Single, then got taken out on a double play in the second. Drove in a run with a single in the 5th and scored another of his own. He's got 9 multi-hit games this season now. As the next pitch comes in low, count goes to 3 balls and a strike. After Ortiz, it's Greg Cullen and then J.D. Mundy due up here in this half inning for the Baysox. Next offering, Ortiz watches it high, ball 4. So not the start that Brian Gonzalez was looking for out of the bullpen. A 4-pitch walk as Joey Ortiz opens the frame at first base. To tell you a little bit about the new reliever on the board, though, Brian Gonzalez, a 6'3", 230-pound, 26-year-old left-hander from Miramar, Florida. Free agent signing picked up in January of this year. He's made 16 appearances with the Senators, most in relief out of their current bullpen. Greg Cullen digs in. First pitch, Cullen watches fastball miss high and away. Count starts out at 1-0, so 5 straight out of the zone to start for Brian Gonzalez. Not what he's been looking for. Ortiz not even concerned with a big lead off of first, especially with a lefty on the mound. He's only attempted 1 stolen base this year, the 1-0. Cullen watches high for ball 2, and that's going to lead to a mound visit from Millis. Battery mates having a quick conversation, and Gonzalez immediately pointed to his feet, saying he's not getting a good plant as much as he may like. But he started with 6 consecutive pitches outside of the zone, and things are just not working well for him. Millis will trot back to behind the dish as this one's quickly over. But now Cullen will step in with an early hitter's count. Gonzalez sends, and Cullen watches wide for ball 3. I said it, 16 appearances, an 0-2 record, and a 2.61 ERA. 20 and 2/3 innings of work, 22 strikeouts, only 9 walks. He's allowed 2 home runs. Another 3-0. Finally called for strike, middle bottom, and the count goes to 3-1. Well, if there were more people here, everyone had cleared out because of the rain, he probably would have gotten the Bronx cheer around that point. Hitters count, and the 3-1 to Ortiz is fouled off left side. Pitch was away, and the count goes full. Cullen has drawn 3 of his 4 walks this season on full counts. He's only struck out once. Gonzalez taking his time. Had time, though, to set after the foul. Still holding. He's got to deliver soon. Finally, the payoff, and it's crushed out toward left center field and deep. Clough running on it. It's over his head, and one hops off of the wall. Ortiz, does he get the wave around? He does. Rounding third and coming home to score. Ortiz is safe. The throw barely got there, but it was just late. And an RBI double by Greg Cullen increases the Bowie lead. It's 3-1. Cullen's first double of the year with Bowie, his second RBI today, and third of the season for the Baysox. A rude welcoming for Brian Gonzalez out of the bullpen, as now it's runner in scoring position with nobody out, and already a run across. Here's J.D. Mundy. Lefty on lefty as the first pitch comes in. Misses inside a fastball. Count opens up at 1-0. Mundy only 2 for 17 against fellow left-handers this season. He's 0 for 2 today. 2 groundouts to the right side of the infield. 1-0. Mundy checks on it. Pitch in the dirt. They appeal. He didn't go. Count goes to 2-0. Pitches, only 3 of them in the strike zone so far for Gonzalez. The 2-0 on its way to Mundy, and it's lined up the middle and past the backhand of Alfredo Rodriguez into center field. Cullen had to hold up on it as it was more of a ground ball getting past the infield, so he has to stop at third. But it's a single for Mundy. He's got hits in 5 of his last 6 games now for Bowie, and they've got them at the corners still with nobody out here in the 7th. Big chance for Andrew Dashbach to break out after picking up his pair of singles on Sunday night, including a go-ahead RBI in the 10th inning. And it's going to lead to another battery visit from Drew Millis. Give us a chance to tell you about MILB.TV. The Orioles' future is on MILB.TV. With every game this season, home and away, streamed live. The only way to watch the Baysox on any device this year is on MILB.TV. Use the promo code Baysox in all caps, BAYSOX. Use it at checkout, and you'll save $10 on a yearly subscription. Visit MILB.TV for details to learn more today. Here comes Trip Keister, Harrisburg manager. Is he going to make the switch? There's a right-hander in the bullpen for Harrisburg, but this is the first visit, and yeah, it's the switch. 3 batters, and Gonzalez is done. Tough day for the left-hander, and the Senators will go to a right-hander. So Bowie threatening big time here in the top of the 7th. Already a run across, and they've got first and third with still nobody out. We'll step aside and tell you about the new hurler on the mound after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, an unexpected pitching change for the Harrisburg Senators here in the top of the 7th inning, as the Baysox quickly found something about Brian Gonzalez that they just liked, partly because Gonzalez had a tough time finding the strike zone as well. Gonzalez fired 6 consecutive pitches out of the zone to start, walked the leadoff batter, eventually gave up a double to Greg Cullen that scored a run, and a single to J.D. Mundy that put runners at first and third with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. And as Andrew Dashbach steps into the box, he'll face off against a new pitcher, Francis Peguero. The line on Gonzalez not final, as runners at first and third belong to him. But at the moment, he tosses no innings, faces 3 batters, gave up 2 hits and a run, no strikeouts, 1 walk. First pitch, the right-hander Dashbach is swung on and missed away. Count opens up at 0-1. Dashbach is 0 for 2 on the day, lined out to left field in the 3rd, flew out to right field in the 5th. Hitting just 179 with runners in scoring position this season. But he is still just hitting 185 overall, so his numbers are pretty much on line. Next pitch, misses away. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Yeah, Dashbach actually has pretty comparable numbers in both categories. Average, OPS. He actually walks more when there are runners in scoring position. So he puts himself on as a potential table setter for more runs to be driven in. As the next one is driven high and deep out toward left center field. Hubbard runs back, but he runs out of room. Andrew Dashbach says goodbye. A 3-run home run breaks it open for Bowie. They lead 6-1 here in the top of the 7th. Dashbach's 8th home run of the season, 106 miles an hour off the bat, and 414 feet away from home plate. That one was a blast. Two of those runs charged to Brian Gonzalez. He finishes his day with 3 batters faced and 3 runs driven. Whoa, buddy, that's a tough line. Back to the top of the lineup in Dylan Harris, and the first pitch to him is a called strike on the outside edge to the left-hander. Count opens up at 0-1. Harris, a 1 for 3 day. Next pitch from Peguero is called a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-2. So Bowie now leads 6-1 here in the top of the 7th, a big 4 spot on the board. As Peguero steps back out of the windup, kicks high and fires the 0-2. Harris fouls it off back to the screen. Count holds. Francis Peguero, a 6'2", 170-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from Hato Mayor in the Dominican. International free agent pickup in 2013. Fires the 0-2. Harris watches inside, just barely. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on the left-hander. He struck out twice since his single in the first inning. Here's the 1-2 from Peguero, fouled off again. And the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Another 1-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. Chased on a fastball low. And that's the first strikeout for Francis Peguero. 7th overall for Altoona pitching today. Altoona, Harrisburg. See, that's always going to get me. Just as the season stretches on, you go from one 6-game series to another. You get used to saying one team, and then as soon as you're used to it, you're on to the next. First pitch to Cesar Prieto, misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Next pitch. Swinging a line drive shot out toward right center and down for a base hit. Prieto knocks his hitting streak up to 8 consecutive games, tying Cody Roberts for the longest on the team. A 1-out knock for Cesar, and the Baysox keep things rolling here in the top of the 7th inning. Now on to Adam Hall. Righty on righty, and the first pitch is a fastball that just misses up and in. Count opens up at 1-0. So the Baysox are back on that good kick of 10 or more hits in a game. They had done it for 6 consecutive games going into the weekend against Altoona, but then only got 5 hits on Saturday and 8 hits on Sunday. They're up to 11 today as the next pitch misses just high. And the count goes to 2-0. Looks like every Baysox batter today has gotten a base hit. Greg Cullen and Joey Ortiz have multi-hit performances. Here's the 2-0. Hall fouls it off back our way. It's off the window just above us. If that window opened, that one doesn't open, but it would be in the booth. That's as close as it's going to get for a while. But it runs the count to 2-1. It reminds me of a time when we were at Canal Park in Akron. This was last season. Bowie hasn't visited Akron yet this year. The 2-1, late swing, foul, maybe just a piece into the middle of the catcher. Count to 2-0, or 2-2 rather. I was looking away to cut a highlight, draw an audio highlight, and try and put it up to a video highlight. That's something the team had done. And while I was looking away, I just start to hear this crashing. The 2-2 to Hall. Flinched on as the pitch moves down and away, a fastball. Count fills. Runner at first, still only 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning. Already a 4 spot in the frame for Bowie as they lead 6-1. RBI double by Greg Cullen and a 3-run home run by Andrew Dashbach, his 8th of the season. Peguero holds. Has to call for time. At least Drew Millis does behind the dish, because on a full count, you can't commit a pitch clock violation. That's just a free walk. And Peguero just could not pick out a pitch. So we were in Akron, and I was cutting a highlight, and all of a sudden I just started to hear this crashing and this clanking around me. And I turn around, there's just a baseball at the back of the booth that had just found its way in. Pickoff throw back to first. That one actually a little bit close. As Cesar Prieto elected not to slide, the throw came in toward his feet, and Jack Dunn kind of had to dance around and keep himself upright while keeping the ball in front of him. But we'll wait on the full count offering to Adam Hall. Here it is, and it's just pieced into the dirt. Did that get a tender area of Drew Millis as he rolls over onto his back and now is up onto one knee? I think that might have gotten a touchy spot for the catcher. See, that's why you wear protective gear, not just the one that you see on the outside. You gotta wear all of it. I think he's okay. But Hall just got a piece of it before fouling it off, so count stays full. Let's see if Prieto takes off here. There he goes, 3-2. Swung on, fouled back our way again. That one hits off the cantilever awnings above most of the seating bowl here at FNB Field. So the count stays full as Hall continues to dance. That was the 7th pitch of the plate appearance. Peguero's already up to 18 offerings. He's only collected 1 out, given up 2 hits and a run, and allowed 2 inherited runners to score. Prieto showed his hand. We'll see if he takes off again. Instead, they try the pick, but he dances back in safely. Doesn't even slide. Still waiting on a full count pitch. Got to give you Peguero's numbers at some point, too. 12 appearances, a 1-2 record, and a 3.48 ERA this season. 20 2/3 innings, 20 strikeouts, 11 walks, 2 homers. Prieto stays put. The 3-2 is popped foul. Third base side, shedding the mask, Millis, and he makes the catch. He threw that mask at his third baseman almost as a way to say, get away from me, I'm making this catch. But that's the second out of the inning after a laborious battle between Adam Hall and Francis Peguero. 8 pitches. And now on to Cody Roberts with 2 away. Righty on righty. As Peguero sets and fires the first, Roberts cracks his bat and rolls it slowly over to third. Jake Alou gloves, fires to first, a little bit offline, but Dunn can stretch out and make the catch to end the inning. 5-3 putout closes it, but the Baysox plate 4. RBI double by Greg Cullen and a massive 3-run home run by Andrew Dashbach, his 8th of the season. We go to the bottom of the 7th, stretch time here at FNB Field. Bowie leads 6-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Fans Cares around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every Patient First does on-site labs, x-rays, and prescription drugs. Patient First, the name fits. Bottom of the 7th here in Harrisburg as Bowie leads by 5. Connor Lopridge back to work after a perfect 6th inning of relief. He faces Drew Millis, then Justin Connell and Dontre Hubbard to open. Well, a funky weather day hopefully could be clearing up for the remainder of the evening as Bowie is trying to pick up their first win since dropping both weekend sets, or both of the weekend set. It looks like the Baysox have made a defensive change. I'll have to check real quick, see who's out there. Looks like Dylan Harris is in center field. That's obviously a notable change to start. First pitch home to the left-hander Jake Alou, or rather Drew Millis, misses down and in. The switch hitter batting lefty, 1-0 to start. So Harris is in center field, I can tell you that much off the jump. As the next pitch misses up and away for a ball. And Davis Tavares is in right field. Here's the 2-0, lifted high out toward shallow center. Harris runs in. Calls off the left fielder. Dashbach makes the catch. And there's one away. Here's Justin Connell. It's Davis Tavares. Run a little correspondence across the official scores table here at FNB Field. That defensive change did actually throw people a little bit. 1-1 the count on Justin Connell. The next pitch home from Connor Loprich misses a tad low, so the count goes to 2-1. Connell a 1 for 2 today, extended his hitting streak to 4 consecutive games with a single in the second inning, but he was caught stealing. He watches the next pitch for a called strike in the lower inside corner, and the count evens at 2. Well, Loprich is coming in so far pitching pretty well today. 9 appearances, a 1-1 record, and a 9.59 ERA as the next pitch is swung on and fouled into the mid of the catcher for strike 3. Second strikeout for Connor Loprich today. 9th overall for Baysox pitching, and Connor's worked 5 up, 5 down out of the bullpen. One of my favorite things about Connor, first thing I noticed about him as he fires the first pitch home to right-hander Dontre Hubbard, and it just misses up and in for a ball. We had a full set of facial hair, beard, mustache, all of it, when Team First reported as Hubbard lofts this one out toward deep right center field. Harris backing up nearly overran it, but he's called off by Davis Tavares, and Tavares makes the catch. I was just going to make a joke about how Loprich had styled his facial hair quickly just for photo day and then got rid of all of it. It was a pretty humorous couple of days. 7th inning over. Loprich 6 up, 6 down out of the pen. We're on to the 8th here in Harrisburg. Bowie leads 6-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Baysox Youth Baseball camps are back in 2022, and registration is open now. 3 sessions this summer led by Orioles Hall of Famer and former Rookie of the Year Al Bumbry, along with former Baysox outfielder Stephen Bumbry. Kids will take part in in-depth on-field instruction and go head-to-head in camp-wide games at Prince George's Stadium. All campers get a free Baysox hat and a ticket to a Baysox game of their choice. Space is limited, so head to BaysoxShop.com and reserve your spot at a Baysox Youth Baseball camp today.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Eighth inning here in Harrisburg as Bowie leads 6-1. Francis Peguero continues to deal on the mound for the Senators as he'll face off against Davis Tavares. Tavares replacing Hudson Haskin. Next pitch, grounded foul, third base side. First one came in a tad low, so the count evens at 1 as we're starting to see some more of the wetness falling from this low-hanging cloud coverage on City Island here in Harrisburg. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Tavares from Peguero. Called a strike on the outside edge. It's 1-2. So Tavares takes over for Haskin, who finishes his day 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Tavares batting 158 in his short time with Bowie. A homer, 2 runs driven in. Both hits have been extra base hits. But he swings and misses on the 1-2 pitch here, and he's down on strikes. Second strikeout for Francis Peguero, 8th overall for Harrisburg pitching. Now to Joey Ortiz. Ortiz has had a perfect day at the plate. Really, the only reason he hasn't scored 3 runs is because he got taken out on a fielder's choice. First pitch home. Watched for a called strike, middle out, and the count opens up at 0-1. Francis Peguero, he's been all season with Harrisburg. Underwent Tommy John surgery in 2017 as Ortiz lofts this one foul right side. Count goes to 0-2. But it's a 2-for-2 day for Ortiz. A pair of singles, a run driven in, 2 scored. He also drew a walk. Yeah, but Peguero split time well out of the bullpen last season with High A Wilmington and Harrisburg. There's a lot of fun little history between these Nationals affiliates. As you might think, oh, Senators goes with Nationals, probably led that. No, Senators have been around longer than the Washington Nationals. Next pitch to Ortiz, misses down. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, that light drizzle starting to intensify just ever so slightly. Here's the next. Skips in. Count goes even at 2, so we might see some more deliveries of fresh dirt at some point. Yeah, the Senators have been around since '87. One-time affiliate of the Pirates and then the Montreal Expos. So they technically held on to their affiliation when Montreal moved to Washington. As Ortiz fouls this one off to the right side, count holds even at 2. And obviously, once they made that move and Washington picked the moniker the Nationals, it just almost seemed to fit, had that little extra bit of connection. Here's the 2-2. Bounces in. Count runs full. And then I found this out, at this point, coming up on 2 years ago now, that Wilmington Blue Rocks, High A affiliate for the Nationals, actually has a bit of connection to the current administration. 2-2, grounded foul, third base side, but barely. That one just up the line and picked on the other side of the bag by Jake Alou as the count stays full. So Wilmington, Delaware is actually where President Joe Biden is from. He gave his acceptance speech in the parking lot of the stadium where the Wilmington Blue Rocks play. I've been to that stadium. Frawley Stadium, it's very nice. You get a good view of, I believe it's Highway 95, out past left field on a decent overpass, but still with good high rises out past right field. Here's the payoff to Ortiz. This one popped up foul, right side. Jack Dunn ranging to the warning track, but he runs out of room. That one touches down around the grounds corner. And Ortiz sticks around for yet another one. This will be the 8th pitch. Peguero steps back, kicks high, and fires another payoff. Ortiz fouls it off back behind the screen. Will stick around for number 9. Bowie leads 6-1 here in the top of the 8th inning. At this point, just trying to get through these frames quick and hand it off to Connor Loprich, who's so far putting together one of his best outings of the season, the 3-2. Popped foul, right side. This one out of play again. I miscounted. That was actually pitch number 10. I think. No, I was right. So that was pitch number 9. Just pretend that last sentence didn't happen. Here's number 10 from Peguero. Ortiz swings and misses. What a battle. 93-mile-an-hour fastball high. Ortiz was fouling off plenty of breaking stuff. And Peguero finally wins with his 3rd strikeout of the day on that 10-pitch affair. Well, you look at the pitch cast on that one. He just peppered him with strikes. Belly high. Never really tried to get him to chase high or low. Just kept him right in the middle. Wanted to go in and out. That was it. And Ortiz stayed on for most of them. Here's Greg Cullen. First pitch called a strike on the upper outside corner. It's 0-1. Bases empty, 2 away. The 0-1 pitch to Cullen. Checked on down low. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Lights on here at FNB Field. I'd say they're carrying about 80% of the load right now. That's one of my funnest games, if you've listened to broadcasts this year. Why? I don't know why I always do that, but I do. It's just always fun to make that little guesstimate. Here's the 1-1. Cullen watches high a fastball. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Been a good day at the plate for Greg Cullen as well. First multi-hit game with the Bay Sox. 2 RBI. An RBI single, an RBI double in the 7th as well with a run scored in that frame as Bowie leads 6-1, 2-1 pitch. Line drive shot out toward right field, falling quickly, but a good slide. Justin Connell takes away a base hit. And Cullen is sent back to the dugout, a part of a perfect 8th inning for Francis Peguero. 2 strikeouts and a good line out in right field, and we're on to the bottom of the frame. Bowie leads 6-1. You're listening to Bay Sox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Bay Sox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
The best way to take in a Bay Sox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Bay Sox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to baysox.com.
Plenty of fireworks shows coming up to Prince George's Stadium in the next couple of weeks when Bowie returns home for a 7-game series with Binghamton. You've got fireworks on Friday the 17th and Saturday the 18th. And then, of course, 2 of the biggest fireworks shows of the season come your way on Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. It's going to be the only Sunday game with a late start. Obviously, you want to celebrate the holiday in style. A 6:05 first pitch on Sunday the 3rd for the largest fireworks show of the season. You don't want to miss it. So get your tickets at baysox.com. It's all going to be sponsored by Johns Hopkins Community Physicians on Sunday, July 3rd. We're on to the bottom of the 8th here in Harrisburg as Bowie leads 6-1. Jackson Clough will open it up, then Gilbert Lara, and back to the top of the lineup in Jack Dunn as Connor Lopridge is piecing together one of his best relief outings of the season. 6 up, 6 down so far. And he steps off. The home plate umpire wasn't even behind the plate yet. I'm not sure what that just was. Some sort of delay. Was he waiting for the clock to expire? I'm not positive. Now we're ready. First pitch home is a breaking ball inside, too far, and the count starts out at 1-0. Looks to be a right-hander up and tossing in the bullpen for Harrisburg at the moment. Francis Peguero did have a laborious 8th inning as the next pitch is fouled off. Changeup hits the upper outside corner, and the count goes even at 1. And Peguero had a couple of long plate appearances, including an 11-pitch battle with Joey Ortiz that ended in a strikeout. Here's the 1-1. Shot out toward deep right center. Harris running back a long way, but he has room in front of the warning track, probably by about 5 feet. He makes the catch. That's one of the deepest parts of the ballpark, 405 feet away from home plate. For comparison, straightaway center is only 400 feet away. So a fly out to center, and that's how things get started. Cody Clemmer warming up in the bullpen for the Senators. Right-handers made 13 appearances, but to the tune of a 6.89 ERA this season. Here's Gilbert Lara, first pitch, and a hearty wave and a breaking ball down. It's 0-1. Lara has been running into these breaking pitches all day and just can't get a good feel for them. He does it again there. Curveball swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So he struck out on 4 pitches in the 5th, grounded out on an 0-1 pitch in the 3rd. And the 0-2, he thought about it, and Lopridge was giving him even more room to work with. That ball skipped in. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning as Bowie leads 6-1. Here's the next. Swing in just a piece. Hits off of the glove of Roberts. We'll do it again at a 1-2 count on Gilbert Lara. Lara actually hit pretty well against Bowie when these two teams met in early May. He didn't drive anybody in, but went 3 for 12. As the next one is a line shot out toward left center. That's down for a base hit toward the gap. Cutting it off, Harris in center, and he rips it to the infield. The tag is in time. How do you like that? Dylan Harris making plays in the outfield left and right. Gilbert Lara trying to stretch that single into a double is thrown out 8-4. If I'm not mistaken, that's the third outfield assist for Dylan Harris this season. You can tell by the tone of my voice that I'm absolutely 100% positive of that fact. This is Dylan Harris's first game in center field all year, and he makes the assist. Yeah, it's his third assist in the outfield this year. He had 2 in left field. First pitch called a strike on Jack Dunn, and the count opens up at 0-1. Here's the next. Misses down and away, and the count evens. Dunn, 1 for 3 on the day, doubled in the 4th inning. Again, that was a rain-aided ball. Andrew Dashbach just couldn't see it, and it fell to the left of him by probably only about 2 feet. Next pitch called a strike, and it's 1-2. Bases empty, 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Bowie ahead 6-1. And then Dunn was caught stealing by Zach Peak in that same frame. 1-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. Loprich has seen 9. He's retired 9. Little help from the defense, too, but it's been a fantastic relief outing for Connor Loprich. He's probably going to set himself up in line for a win. As we go to the 9th here at FNB Field in Harrisburg, it's Bowie 6, Harrisburg 1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It's a very special day at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, June 18th that you don't want to miss. The Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration sponsored by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. Fans that get to the game will have a chance to bid on game-worn Baysox jerseys, with all proceeds going to benefit the Clemente Foundation. Again, don't miss out on your chance to own a piece of Baysox history on Saturday, June 18th with the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration, and you can get your tickets now at baysox.com.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
We move on to the 9th inning here in Harrisburg as Bowie leads 6-1. Senators will make one final tip into their bullpen as Bowie sends 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. First pitch home to J.D. Mundy is a fastball that misses away as rain started hard now. This is the hardest we've seen it all day. It's 1-0 to open. Next pitch fouled off back to the screen, and the count evens at 1. Cody Clemmer takes over on the mound for the Senators, old friend in this league. 35 relief appearances with the Akron Rubber Ducks last season, but at the way that this rain is going, who knows if we finish out this inning. It's going to be a little tough. Next pitch to Mundy is swung on and missed. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on that fastball high. Fortunately, since both teams are pretty much out of the standings in the second half, and it's not a relatively close game, Bowie leads 6-1, they might be able to just call it quickly after a 30-minute delay. 1-2, Mundy fouls it off left side. And the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. It's Mundy, Andrew Dashbach, and then Dylan Harris due up. And just like that, the rain has loosened up cleanly. Significantly. But now the Mayflies are here as the 1-2 to Mundy misses away. And the count goes even at 2. You know, that's just what you're always going to see at this ballpark. When you're on the water like this, you will get common and unpredictable weather, especially when there's regular weather around. The 2-2 misses high to Mundy, and the count goes full. But especially with the lights at the ballpark, that's where you see the Mayflies. Just hovering aimlessly above, enjoying the free light here in the night sky. Next pitch to Mundy, fouled off back to the screen, and the count stays full. Now, Clemmer was a longtime prospect in the Guardians organization, former 19th round draft selection in 2016 from Central Arizona College. Fires another payoff to Mundy, and it's inside for ball 4. Mundy's 11th walk drawn this season, and he's aboard for the second time today. Just the second walk given up by Harrisburg pitching today. Let's get you a little bit about Dakota Clemmer while we've got the chance. 6'3", 220-pound, 26-year-old right-hander from Vancouver, Washington. Signed as a non-draft or a minor league free agent after his time with the Guardians organization ended in 2021. First pitch to Andrew Dashbach is fouled off back to the screen. It's 0-1. Clemmer on the season has gone 1-0 with a 6.89 ERA in 13 outings. 15 2/3 innings. 20 strikeouts, 19 walks, now 20 walks after giving up the free pass to Mundy. Dashbach rips one out toward left center field. Hanging up just enough, though, for the left fielder Dontre Hubbard to close the gap. He makes the catch, and there's one away here in the top of the 9th inning. Back to the top of the lineup for Dylan Harris. Clemmer made one appearance against Bowie the last time these two teams met, and he got roughed up hard. Came in the 6th inning of a close game as the first pitch to Dylan Harris misses wide. 1-0 to start on the left-hander. Clemmer gave up a single and a walk to open, eventually a 2 RBI single later in the inning by Joey Ortiz. And then another 2 RBI double in the next inning by J.D. Mundy. Here's a little bouncer foul right side. Almost sounded like Harris cracked his bat there, but he didn't. Count moves to a ball and a strike now. He also gave up a double in that one to Adley Rutschman. That was back during that brief little 3-game span where Rutschman was with Bowie while rehabbing through the minor leagues. Next offering, popped up foul, third base side, but this one's skying out of play. Look out in the Baysox bullpen. Looked like fell down right in there. This is one of the few ballparks in the league where the bullpens are fully out of play. A fence separating both. Harrisburg has that. Akron has that. Can't recall off the top of my head how many others. So Altoona obviously didn't. Bowie doesn't. Erie doesn't. Reading doesn't. Next pitch to Harris misses inside, so the count goes even at 2. Somerset, I don't believe, does. Binghamton doesn't. Did I already say Binghamton? I'm not sure. It's almost 9 o'clock. Next pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Harris checked his swing, but the home plate umpire calls him out. With a 6-1 lead, I think the umpires might work with a little bit of leeway on some of those decisions to try and wrap it up, as we've been dealing with the rain off and on all night. Here's Cesar Prieto. First pitch home. Prieto watches curveball called for strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1 to open. 1 for 3 day for Cesar. He singled in the 7th inning to extend his hit streak to 8 consecutive games, but got left at first base. He was hit by a pitch in the 6th and got left at second. Here's the 0-1. Grounded over to the right side. Could be 2. Picked at the shoelaces by Rodriguez. Doesn't need to be 2. I lost track of the outs. There was already 2 outs as Rodriguez sends it to second base for the easy force of Mundy, ending the inning 4-6. We go to the bottom of the 9th here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Bowie needs 3 quick outs from Connor Loprich to win it as they lead 6-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Bottom of the ninth inning here in Harrisburg as Bowie leads 6-1. Connor Lopridge back to work, and the first pitch home to Jake Alou is driven out towards center. Backing up Harris, kind of shuffling to his left and his right, finally pulling it down. I'm not sure if he had a bad read on that one or he just got tangled up slightly. But it's one pitch and one out, and we're underway here in the bottom of the last frame. Lopridge trying to pick up. This could be a save, honestly. Bowie had something like this a couple of nights ago when Jensen Elliott logged a 4-inning save? No. Which one am I looking at? First pitch home to Wilson Garcia is called a strike on the outside edge to the switch hitter. Count opens up at 0-1. Garcia responsible for the only Harrisburg run today, a solo home run. He reaches for this one and pokes it right back to the mound. Lopridge waits on it. Has enough time to fire to first. Garcia not a speedy fella. And the 1-3 putout is 2 gone here in the ninth. Which game am I looking at? Yeah, Noah DeNoyer picked up a 4-inning save while Jensen Elliott fired an inning and a third and allowed an unearned run. But since Bowie led the entire time, they gave DeNoyer the save and Elliott the win. So Lopridge could be in that similar situation. Clayton McGinnis could get the win today, and Lopridge could get the save. First pitch to Alfredo Rodriguez is lined foul up the first base side. Count opens up at 0-1. Rodriguez, an 0-for-3 day, flew out to right field in the second inning, reached on an error in the fourth, but was left stranded. Struck out swinging in the sixth. Here's the 0-1. Bouncing ball foul, third base side, and the Baysox are 1 strike away from winning it. What a day it's been for Connor Lopridge. He's faced the minimum through 3 2/3. Only base runner was a single by Gilbert Lara that was taken out whilst trying to stretch it into a double. So he's never dealt with an active base runner while throwing a pitch in this outing. He looks for the strikeout to end it. The 0-2, swung on and missed. He got him. Change-up missed away on Rodriguez, and the Bowie Baysox are winners once again. They open this 7-game series with Harrisburg with a big one. A 6-1 final this evening, backed by Joey Ortiz's 2-hit, 2-run day, Greg Cullen's 2 RBI day, and Andrew Dashbach's 3-run home run. Zach Peak, Clayton McGinnis, and Connor Lopridge hold Harrisburg to just 1 run on 5 hits for an excellent start to this 7-game set. We'll step aside, be back in just a little bit with Baysox postgame. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Savanas.
Well, a big win for Bowie tonight to get back on the right track headed into this home stretch of the first half in 2022. They open up a 7-game series with the Harrisburg Senators with a 6-1 win this evening. Excellent pitching performances all around between Zach Peak, Clayton McGinnis, and Connor Lopridge, and great offensive breakouts. A couple of runs put on in the 5th, and 4 runs put on in the 7th. Crooked numbers are always fun to watch unfold for Bowie. So let's go ahead and recap this one. We'll recap it, then look around the Eastern League and the Orioles organization, get you some final scores to set you up for the rest of the standings and how some of the other O's farmhands may be doing. But for now, we recap. First things first, let's go all the way back in time to the faraway land of 6:31 when first pitch came home from Steven Fuentes to Dylan Harris. Harris eventually singled to the left side of the infield. They had the shift on for him, so he was able to beat it out, but he was taken out on a double play that Cesar Prieto hit into, and eventually Fuentes only faced the minimum in the first. But then Zach Peak did the same thing. It was a perfect first inning for the right-hander, fly out, line out, strikeout, and we moved on to the second. It was 2 quick outs for Fuentes, a flyout and a strikeout before Joey Ortiz reached on a single, breaking up a 3-game hitless skid, but he was forced out at second base when Greg Cullen grounded out to short. In the bottom of the second, though, Zach Peak was undeterred, got a fly out to right field, and struck out Drew Millis swinging. Justin Connell singled to left field, but he was caught stealing second base. He had beaten the throw, but he overslid the bag and did not make the transfer cleanly, didn't get his foot on to replace his hand while he overslid, so there was a brief moment where he was off the base, and Cesar Prieto held the tag on, so Connell was caught stealing 2-4, and the inning was over. Under the third inning, the Baysox went down in order yet again, this time without getting a base runner. J.D. Mundy grounded out, Andrew Dashbach lined out to left, and Dylan Harris struck out swinging, giving Fuentes 3 on the day. In the bottom of the third, Peak matched it with another strikeout. He racked up 2 in the frame. First 2 batters went down swinging, and then Gilbert Lara grounded out to the shortstop for a perfect third. In the fourth, the Baysox got another 1-out single from Adam Hall on the infield, but they hit into another double play. That's really been bugging Bowie lately. They hit into plenty in the Altoona series. But in the bottom of the fourth is when Peak finally got tagged for one. Throughout heavy rains all evening, you could call it heavy, but it was more so just a nuisance, a simple way to put it. A nuisance kind of a rain for the Baysox and for the Senators to deal with, really. As Jack Dunn opened with a double to left field, Andrew Dashbach saw the ball, but then didn't see the ball. And as he backed up to the wall, it just fell to his left. Probably by only about 2-3 feet at most, and Dunn was at second base with a double. Can't call it an error. Dashbach didn't touch the ball. But Dunn was immediately caught stealing third base. He tried to take an early jump on Zach Peak, but Peak, while slowing down his leg kick, pivoted and fired to third to take out Dunn. And it was quickly 2 outs after he struck out Jake Alou. But there was a quick delay after that pivot because it looked like Peak might have, maybe tweaked something. I'm not sure. He was good to go for the remainder of the inning, but not before Wilson Garcia broke through for the game's first run. But Peak seems good to go, and the first pitch home to Garcia is driven high and deep out to right field. This one's trouble. Harris running back. He seeds it to Haskin, but they both lose. It's out. Garcia, a solo home run with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, opens up the scoring this evening. Harrisburg leads 1-0. The inning would still get dicier from there. Alfredo Rodriguez reached on an error at third base, and Drew Millis drew a walk. But Peak roared back and struck out Justin Connell swinging to end the frame. A season's high 6 strikeouts for Peak, and he was done after 57 pitches. As the game moved into the 5th inning, the Baysox immediately bailed out Peak as Hudson Haskin led off with a double to left center field, and Joey Ortiz followed up to tie the game. Pitch home. Ortiz smacks it up the middle, and that one's down for a base hit. We'll see if it scores Huddy. Moore sends the go sign. Clough sends it home, but it's cut off. Ortiz will try for second base. The throw doesn't get him. It's a little late, and Ortiz is into second as Haskin scores the tying run. It's a 1-1 game here in the top of the 5th inning. So that error actually turned out to be pretty big because it put runner in scoring position for Greg Cullen to immediately follow up. But the throw was cut off, and that's where the issue led. Here's a line drive up the middle, another base hit. Let's see if Ortiz gets the go around. He does, and the throw is held up. Cullen with an RBI single into center, and it's back-to-back run-scoring knocks for Bowie. They lead 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. J.D. Mundy would ground out, and that pushed Cullen to second base, but the Baysox wouldn't get him any further. Andrew Dashbach flew out, and Dylan Harris struck out, ending the frame. But it was 2-1 Bowie, and that was what mattered most. As the Baysox handed things off to reliever Clayton McGinnis for the bottom of the 5th inning, McGinnis making his Double-A debut after being added from High-A Aberdeen earlier today. He did give up a 1-out double to Jackson Clough, but followed with his first Double-A strikeout of Gilbert Lara, and then got Jack Dunn to fly out to center field, working a scoreless inning. It'd be his only frame on the mound for Bowie. As the game moved into the 6th inning, the Baysox went down quietly as Fuentes came back out for another frame. He did hit a batter and give up a single, but worked another double play, the third that the Baysox hit into on the day. Hudson Haskin grounded into the 6-4-3 twin killing, ending the top of the 6th. In the bottom of the 6th, it was Connor Loprich, and he started out an outstanding day of relief. 3 up, 3 down on 2 groundouts and a strikeout to send us into the 7th. Against new pitcher Brian Gonzalez, the Baysox pounced. Joey Ortiz drew a walk on 4 pitches. After Greg Cullen started out ahead 2-0, he eventually knocked in another one. Did it again for Ortiz. Still holding. He's got to deliver soon. Finally, the payoff, and it's crushed out toward left center field and deep. Clough running on it. It's over his head, and one hops off of the wall. Ortiz, does he get the wave around? He does. Rounding third and coming home to score. Ortiz is safe. The throw barely got there, but it was just late. And an RBI double by Greg Cullen increases the Bowie lead. It's 3-1. After J.D. Mundy singled, pushing Cullen to third, that was instantly the hook. Gonzalez just wasn't working the way that he anticipated, only threw 3 pitches in the strike zone and gave up a walk and 2 hits before departing. So new pitcher Francis Peguero came in a little bit earlier than he may have anticipated out of the bullpen and was greeted quite rudely, I might add, by Andrew Dashbach as a potential table setter for more runs to be driven in. As the next one is driven high and deep out toward left center field. Hubbard runs back, but he runs out of room. Andrew Dashbach says goodbye. A 3-run home run breaks it open for Bowie. They lead 6-1 here in the top of the 7th. 8th home run of the season for Dashbach. Puts him up to 20 RBI this season, and pretty much capped it there at 6-1. The Baysox would keep it rolling into the bottom of the 8th inning as Connor Loprich continued to deal. He was finally tagged for a base runner. Gilbert Lara singled, but he was bailed out by Dylan Harris. As the next one is a line shot out toward left center that's down for a base hit toward the gap. Cutting it off, Harris in center, and he rips it to the infield. The tag is in time. How do you like that? Dylan Harris making plays in the outfield left and right. Gilbert Lara trying to stretch that single into a double is thrown out 8-4. It's already the 3rd outfield assist for Dylan Harris this season, and he's only played in 16 games for Bowie overall this year. Outstanding performances from Harris. And that kept the minimum streak going for Connor Loprich as we moved into the bottom of the 9th. The Baysox had gone down quietly against Dakota Clemmer in the top half of the frame, but Loprich, he had no difference. Jake Alou flew out to center, Wilson Garcia grounded out softly to the mound, and Alfredo Rodriguez was put down quickly. He looks for the strikeout to end it. The 0-2, swung on and missed, he got him. Change-up missed away on Rodriguez, and the Bowie Baysox are winners once again. They open this 7-game series with Harrisburg with a big one, a 6-1 final this evening, backed by Joey Ortiz's 2-hit, 2-run day, Greg Cullen's 2 RBI day, and Andrew Dashbach's 3-run home run. So there's your final. Bowie scores 6 runs on 11 hits with 1 error. They left on 5. Harrisburg scores 1 run on 5 hits with 1 error. They left on 3. Winning pitcher is Clayton McGinnis with his scoreless inning of relief. He wins his Double-A debut 1-0. Steven Fuentes is the losing pitcher. He's taken losses in consecutive games now. Even though he did put together a quality start, he falls to 1-3. Connor Loprich picks up the save. 4 innings of scoreless ball for Connor, his first save of the season. Game was played in 2 hours and 27 minutes in front of a paid attendance at FNB Field of 2,047. With the win, Bowie moves to 20-30 on the season, 2-0-3-0. Their 2-game losing streak is broken, and they're now 9-15 when playing on the road. With the loss, Harrisburg falls to 21-30 on the year. Their losing streak extends to 3 games, as they're now 9-16 when playing in front of the home crowds here at FNB Field. 2 sides meet again tomorrow, and it'll be a fun one, a double-header. A game brought over from a postponed contest back in May at Prince George's Stadium. We'll preview it a little bit more in depth when we return, but for now we step aside and we get ready to look around the rest of the Eastern League and the Orioles organization as a whole. More coverage coming your way soon as Bowie beats Harrisburg today 6-1. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Well, it's a special Baysox Live Happy Hour on Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium. Along with the usual live music and beer specials from 5 to 6:30, it's also Margaritaville night out at the ballpark. Get your flip-flops, salt shakers, and Hawaiian t-shirts ready to celebrate cruise culture with Margaritaville night, sponsored by Bud Light. That's Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium, so get your tickets now at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Back to FNB Field one final time this evening as we continue with Baysox postgame. Bowie taking down Harrisburg in this first of 7, 6-1, the final. As we take a quick cruise around the Eastern League, look at some of the finals and games still in action. There are actually 2 games still rolling on. Erie and Richmond have been in a back-and-forth affair. After Erie had a 2-0 advantage in the second, Richmond put on 3 in the frame to take the lead before Erie quickly tied it in the third. Richmond played it 2, one in the 5th and in the 7th, but Erie is now rallying. They've got a run across in the 8th and first and second with 2 outs. It's a 5-4 game down at the Diamond. That's a fun one. Akron tying the game up in the top of the 9th inning. Victor Nova with an RBI knock with 2 outs as Akron was down to their final out. Were they down to their final strike too? No, they weren't, but still, you're down to your final out. That's a close one. Nova ties the game up with an RBI extra base hit, making it 3-3. Somerset coming up empty in the bottom of the 9th. That game ticketed for extras. One other game final in the league today. Hartford took down Portland 5-3 thanks to a 3-run 6th inning to get about an arm's reach away, and then 2 games postponed due to the inclement weather just a little bit north of us. Reading and Altoona playing a doubleheader tomorrow, same with Binghamton and New Hampshire up at Mirabito Stadium. Around the Orioles organization, handful of games in action still. Aberdeen looking to close out a winner over the Brooklyn Cyclones. That's the Mets affiliate in High A. It's 3-1 Aberdeen in the bottom of the ninth inning with one out and the bases empty. Delmarva having a tough time containing the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. That's the Astros affiliate in Low A. Fayetteville currently leading 12-6 in the midst of a 4-run seventh inning out in Delmarva. And then a bit rainy over in Nashville, unfortunately postponing the AAA debuts of Gunnar Henderson and Jordan Westberg. Nashville and Norfolk will try and make up with a doubleheader on Thursday, if I'm reading, on Thursday. So they'll just play one tomorrow. We'll have to wait around for their for Henderson and Westberg's AAA debuts at a later time. It looks like the Orioles are putting together a pretty good day themselves as well. Got a couple of home runs rolling as they lead 8-3 over at Camden Yards. Not much more to be said about that one, though. They're picking up a lot of home runs. Looks like a very fun day for them. But the score we care about most on this production, as always, is that of Bowie's, and they take down Harrisburg this evening, 6-1, thanks to some great performances by Joey Ortiz, Greg Cullen, and Andrew Dashbach, and not to mention Zach Peak, Clayton McGinnis, and Connor Loprich on the mound. Just outstanding work all around to set the table for this 7-game series. It continues tomorrow with the scheduled doubleheader between the two sides. 5:30 is going to be the first pitch for Game 1. Game 2 to follow, of course. Looks to be Chris Valamont set to make his Orioles organizational debut for the Baysox in Game 1. He'll face off against Franklin Keelame for Harrisburg. An 0-1 record, a 3.75 ERA for Keelame. And Garrett Stallings will get the nod for Bowie in Game 2. Stallings, a 2-3 mark, a 5.72 ERA. But again, it's a 5:30 first pitch for Game 1 of that twin bill, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 5:10. For now, though, we say goodbye this evening as the Baysox wrap up a fun one. 6-1 over the Senators in the first of this 7-game series. Again, we're on the air tomorrow at 5:10, but for now, we say so long. This is Matt Sabata saying have a great rest of your night, folks. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.